Yo, 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 yo. Good evening, good evening, good evening. My name is Chaz Neal, aka the Urban Conservative. Uh, I got John Tell with me. I don't know if he's muted or not.
I'm here, bro. I got some technical difficulties with this dang here phone, but you already know what it is. It ain't nothing unusual for us, but I'm here, bro. You can go ahead and kick it off.
So tonight we are setting the record straight with Arm Yourself with Knowledge, and we have two special guests tonight. We have Miss Lisa Simpson, who is the mother of Richard Risher, and I'm gonna let her speak. So Lisa, go ahead. You got the floor.
Good evening, everybody. How y'all doing tonight? First
And
thing I'm gonna start with is I need all these activists, movement, networks, and orgs.
Is she showing up on your screen, Chaz? Because all I'm getting for her is the little circle.
no, I see it. I see Lisa.
Can y'all hear me?
Oh, okay.
Yep, I can hear you. Can you?
Okay. So like I said, first off, this is how we're gonna start this off. I need all the movements, networks, and orgs to contact your former employer, get job back. Because this police terrorism fight, this ain't it for you. Y'all have made all the money that y'all need to make. Y'all have caused all the separation and the division, which equals conquer, that y'all have done. Also, I'm gonna need all you families that's impacted in this fight, that roll with these characters, to get up out this fight too. Because y'all not fair to us mothers and fathers that haven't went to court, that don't know what justice or accountability look like, because y'all in the way of us getting that. Y'all moving around in this fight in a terrible way. Somebody is leading and guiding y'all. Y'all not leading and guiding y'allself in this fight. I've been in this fight for 7 years. I done seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. But one thing I ain't never seen is us mothers and fathers and loved ones without the titles and the eagles coming together as one, fighting for our loved ones. That's what I ain't seen, because these titles got y'all minds gone. You got a title, but what you doing with it? What you doing with your title? You got some laws changed. You changed some bills. You taking care of your community, title holders. I'm gonna tell y'all about elite. You know what's elite? Something about the name Jesus. Something about his name. He the only elite person that I know. Don't none of y'all even fit the criteria of being elite in this fight.
Miss Simpson, let's actually get into that real quick, because that's actually what spurred off this whole thing here. Was talking about, we had a conversation about elite families based off of a live that we saw you on, talking about some stuff that went down in Akron, and that's actually part of the connection between you and Kim. So we will get into that in a second too. But I want to start off asking a question: what is elite families? Chaz, you have your definition. I know, Lisa, you got your definition. I got mine. But let's educate the viewers for a moment. Lisa, you can answer this question. What is elite families?
I told you something about the name Jesus, something about his name. That's the only elite family member I know. None of these people is elite. All of our kids got killed by the police. All our loved ones got killed by the police, just in different states, different jurisdictions. Ain't nobody in jail. It's 5 police officers that have been convicted in murdering hundreds of thousands of people globally. And we partying. And we partying. What we partying for? What we partying for? Who fighting?
Right. People was up hooting and hollering when Derek Chauvin got convicted, and when Kim Potter, like, I'm like, what y'all celebrating for? That's two out of how many? Come on.
Okay. And if you speaking on that, how many kills did Chauvin have before that one?
Talk about it.
How many did he have before he killed George Floyd? How many other men that he killed in Minnesota before he killed George Floyd, and they gave him a valor? They gave him an award. They gave him a medal. Huh? How many did he have before they decided to tell the world that he in jail, but we never get to see him go to jail? So is they really in jail? We only get to see them when they about to come out. They put them on an orange suit and mess their hair up and then take a photo of them.
So we can
I
go
don't
take
believe.
party. Right.
There you go. I don't believe they in jail. And then when they go to jail, they don't go to jail for no time. They out within 5 years.
Yep.
Out within 5 years.
Ken Potter, less than 2 years. Shit.
Okay.
Right.
That's what they do. That's exactly what they do, because guess what? It's allowed and accepted. Who fighting?
Right.
Who fighting? We ain't got no leaders. Where the leaders at? Who the leaders?
The leaders are gatekeepers. They ain't leaders.
We ain't got no leaders. We got motherfuckers that's trying to fill their pockets up.
Right.
I need my pocket. I need my bank account to say this on the figures. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I don't care about your heart, because your heart is made to be broken. I want to know what your mindset is. What was your reasoning for coming in this fight in the first place? Because Black Lives Matter wasn't it. See, they reasoned in the beginning when they came in this fight, they came in here to abolish the homes. They wanted to get the males out the house and put a woman in the place. Where they do that at?
Talk about it.
Where they do that at? And then when I accidentally met him in 2016, because they never came to the Nickerson Gardens when my son got assassinated by the police. See, this month is a hard month for me, because it's going to be on the 25th of this month. It's going to be 7 years that they killed my 18-year-old son. 7. And all these people in this fight, they didn't handle me right. I'm going to just keep it a buck with you.
Right.
I never told nobody how to walk, how to talk, how to fight, how to grieve, who to mess with in this fight. But if I say boo, they say who. Everything I do and say in this fight, it always had to be critiqued. If you don't like the words that's coming out my mouth, cut your phone off. I didn't invite you to the live. And even if I tagged you in it, I probably tagged you in it. Yeah, I did that. But if you still didn't like what I was saying, just don't even insert yourself in it. If it don't apply, it must fly. But a lot of things that I be saying apply to a lot of these people, and I be putting their slippers on like I'm a prince. But I'm really a princess. Since I've been in this fight, they don't treat me like I'm a mother in this fight, because I bring in information. I tell the truth. I shame the devils. If I call out a contradiction, I'm gonna put a name behind it.
Right.
Black Lives Matter. The thing.
How was an impacted family, especially an impacted mother, supposed to be treated when grieving isn't uniform? Everybody grieves differently, right? So why is it that impacted mothers especially are supposed to grieve a certain way? Y'all supposed to look and act a certain way. Let's talk about that for a second.
Okay, that's because they let these movement networks and orgs, they tell them, no, you can't say it like that. Oh, are these lawyers? Oh no, when you get up there, you got to wear this dress. You can't wear that. And when you get up there, you got to cry. What you crying for? Why you gotta wear? Why you gotta look a certain way, or you gotta speak a certain way, and they just killed your son in such egregious way?
Right.
You feel me? You just supposed to go up there. Oh, why they kill? No, I'm not. See, when I lost my son, when they killed my son, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm the only family in this whole fight globally that they put a terrorist threat on, because I told Charlie Beck of Los Angeles Police Department, went in the commission board meeting with Black Lives Matter somewhere that I should have never been. I said, if I leave this board meeting today and kill a few of your officers, would we be even, since you ain't telling me who killed my son? And I went and sat down in the audience, because I was serious. When I got ready to leave, Channel 5 News, all the news people running up on me. Did you mean everything you said on that podium? I said every word. I said, he a missionary, well, I can't be one. Eye for eye, tooth for a tooth. I walked up out of there. I didn't even get a block away, y'all. Black Lives Matter calling my phone. Oh, you got to get out of here. They labeled you a terrorist. You got to go. I ain't scared. They killed me. Lisa Simpson died July 25th, 2016. My death date coming up on the 25th of this month. Hey, I'm a lioness, and I have five cubs, and that's my job, to protect them. And I let one get away. But what hurt me the most in this fight is how these families, they go around saying, I said this about this family. I said this about this family. First off, if you want to talk to me, I'm talkable. Talk to me. You ain't got to go tell nobody no lies and make up no stories, because you can't tell me how to fight for my dead son, because the last time I checked, I had him. And I didn't see you nowhere in the delivery room. When you was fighting for your kid, I never said one word. But if you asked me to come stand with you, I got my boots on the ground. Literally. And I'm going to go hard in the paint for you. Literally. That's what I do. They don't know what my mission was with God after they killed my son. My mission was to try to bring these families together, but they don't want to be together. Everybody ain't fighting for justice. They fighting for the bag.
Right.
And they want to have a spot. Lights, camera, action. Ain't never been in a play in elementary school, but now you want to be a star.
Right.
Get up out of here. And the ones that they get the titles to is the ones that's uneducated. Uneducated.
That's exactly what I exactly something that I want to talk about, because
when you speak in truth, they don't want to hear you.
No, right. It's even deeper than that, because I'm going to tell you what the undereducated, because most of these activists ain't educated, because half of them don't even know what a city charter is. Half of them don't even know how to get a bill passed, don't even know what a bill looks like, don't even know the definitions of words, because if they knew the definition, the meanings of words, they would know that a prohibition is a ban. It doesn't mean with exceptions when it comes to the no knock.
Right.
A ban is a ban. There isn't no exceptions. Come on now.
Stop telling people. This is the problem. This is what you got to look at. They running with Black Lives Matter, Melina Abdullah, and she pushing the professor card. So since she the professor, because you know she going around other states, not California, because we already up on game on it, but other states telling them that they hold the police accountable in Los Angeles. Well, damn, if that's the case, why I'm just now finna go to court November the 6th? I've been waiting 7 years, and I did it by myself because of Black Lives Matter. They got my lawyer to drop my case in 2020, and he became the lawyer of the year. She told every lawyer in Los Angeles, don't mess with me, don't take my case. Lady, you got a personal problem with me and I slept on the streets with you because you robbed me for the death of my son. They made $1.2 million off of Risher 2016. You best to believe it. Yes, sir. They ain't gonna give me no money because they know I'm gonna give it to the people. Because it's dirty money anyway. You feel me? They didn't take care. They originated from Los Angeles, California. You think they took care of the people in Los Angeles, California? No, sir. No, sir.
That's one thing that, and we're gonna get deeper into this. I want to talk to. So we have two other mothers. We have Kimberlee Vaughn from Akron, Ohio, and she has also, been through the ringer. And then we have a special guest. I knew she asked for a link. I didn't understand. I guess there was some miscommunication on my part. I didn't know. So we also have Denise. And I know I'm gonna say your last name wrong because I'm bad at last names. Yes, and so also her daughter Aaliyah was murdered and can't get no kind of transparency, no kind of justice. And we're gonna definitely hear her story because it just shows that if it's not profitable, they don't want it. So I want to bring that up as well as to, show the difference of, to me, every Black life matters. Every life matters because we all deserve to be here. So Miss Kimberlee, if you want to get off mute, and the floor is yours. Tell us about Justice for Mo and tell us the journey that you've been through, what the fight has been like, and lay it all out there. Set the record straight.
Is there any way I can let Denise go first?
We will let Denise. Yeah, we can let Denise go first. We'll let Denise go first. So,
is that okay, Denise?
Yeah, that's fine.
Did you say your last name was McClendon?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I remember you were Facebook friends and we had a couple conversations about someone we had in common. I won't say her name. So, okay.
This is the time to talk about those kind of things. We ain't got to throw names out there, but y'all have had similar experiences, and this is a platform where we do not censor anybody. It's freedom of speech. That person does not represent and is not affiliated with this platform. Y'all have y'all own personal experiences, and y'all are free to share them. I want to throw that out there.
Okay.
So the floor is yours, Denise.
Okay, so would you like me to tell the story first?
Yep.
Okay, on July 19th of 2020, my daughter, Aaliyah Wilson, was found hung in Houston. I was not informed of her being hung until July 23rd. And how I was informed was I woke up to a text message from her ex-girlfriend that read, "They told me your daughter has died." So my husband called the police. The police said they confirmed it. They were looking at a file that she hung herself with a sheet and she left no note. That's all they told us. Then after that, the coroner's office called. The coroner said that my daughter came out of her apartment with a backpack and some Nike slide-on shoes. She said with no socks on. She was barefoot. She set the backpack and the shoes on the two bottom steps. She walked upstairs barefooted and down, and then she hung herself with her fitted bed sheet and she left no note. My problem with that was her apartment door was locked, for one. There was no dirt on my daughter's feet. The picture I obtained of my daughter hanging, she's holding a cell phone in her hand. The sheet was cut. It was her bed sheet. It was cut. The police never even bothered to get a cut piece of sheet. That sheet was cut to 21 inches. The balcony it was tied to was 32 inches or something like that. She was 66 inches. No way possible. The security guard is how we got the picture through the new Black Panthers, which they did a candlelight for my daughter, obtained the picture, and that's basically all they did. During the candlelight, they said they were gonna investigate this as murder, and they totally ghosted me. I don't feel they investigated because they did not know the sheet was cut. They did not know my daughter was holding a cell phone in her hand. And I'm just basically tired of people taking advantage of us grieving mothers and think we just got all this money because we want to know what happened to our children. We want justice. Just like, and I'll call names out there. Meg Keller. She told me she'd give me documentation that's hard to get, and if I gave her $100. I gave her $100 and she gave me nothing. Nothing. She didn't post about my daughter. She did absolutely nothing for that money. Then another lady on Facebook, and it's weird, it's in my police report. My police report, I talked to a lieutenant suite of homicide in Houston who's now retired. At the beginning of this, I was telling him all my concerns that you need to question people. He called and told me the ex-girlfriend, Courtney Brown, busted out my daughter's window after she was dead. He's nowhere listed in the police report. Nothing I told him is listed in the report. Courtney Brown busted the window is not listed in the report. What he did list in the report, the Officer Morrison of homicide, what he listed in the police report is on March of 2022, 2 years after my daughter died, what he listed in that police report was a phone call that he got from an Anna Stentler on Facebook, who called them and told them that I was on Facebook calling her a fraud, saying she stole my money, which she did do. This woman reached out to me through Facebook Messenger at 2:00 in the morning, told me she was a private investigator with Houston and all this other stuff, and, got me to pay her. I eventually found out before I paid her more money, which I was about to do, that she was scamming me. I forget what people that you call to report when somebody scams you, but I called them in Houston, and a year later, that gentleman finally reached out to me and wanted our text messages and all that, showing that she had frauded me. But I'm just tired of people trying to take advantage of grieving mothers, like we just got all this money, and that's not so.
Wow.
That's sad. And it's bigger than the money, baby. It's bigger than the money.
Because money doesn't replace anything. You know what I'm saying? You can never bring that life. You can never bring a life back. So no matter what type of money, I don't care if it's 27 million. I don't care if it's 20 million. I don't care if it's 3.5. It doesn't replace the person. It doesn't. Yeah, money doesn't heal everything.
Talk about it. It's the root of all evil, and we spoke on that shit too earlier today.
Bro, let me correct you on that. Money ain't the root of all evil. Money ain't never did nothing to nobody. It's the evil people that got the money.
That part.
That's what it is. Yeah, they twist it around. No, turn it back the right way.
Mm-hmm.
Money ain't the root. If money was the root to all evil, then why when these fools get this money, they act evil?
Mm.
Without the money, they so pleasant. Put some money in their pocket, they get to go buck wild.
Right.
I just don't understand. In 2020, seriously, I drove all the way from California with Deion Smith down, James Rivera. He was 16 when he got killed by the Stockton police. With and his father, with D Friday, her son got killed by Stockton police too. Kobe Friday. We drove all the way from California to Minneapolis, Minnesota, not for no lights, camera, action, but when the city was burning. We came out there to stand in solidarity. We wanted to stand with his family when it was happening because we wanted to love on that mother. Because when that man was hollering out mother, us mothers in California, we had to get here by any means necessary. We drove there. We drove all the way there. We was there when it was burning, when it was on fire. We was there before they even did the mural.
Right.
We was right there. But all the money catching hands, all that money was passed through out there. You think the parents got it? They said they had their boots on the ground. I seen a whole bunch of white people burning shit down in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I ain't never seen no Black Lives Matter people because that's their allies, the white people.
Right. That part.
Right.
And then you know what's so sad? They play a real dangerous game that I don't like. They'll sit up here, you know. I'm gonna keep it a buck. They talk about white supremacy this, white supremacy that, right? But the white people ain't the one that's robbing us in this fight. It's the nickels.
Right.
White people ain't getting no making no hashtag and getting $1 million checks for our kids. It's the niggers. And guess who giving them the money? This the cold part. This how this fight so sad and messed up. The activists put the acronym out there, white supremacy this, white supremacy that. So the people automatically get to saying what they saying, right? But it's the same white supremacists that they talking about is the one that's giving them all these millions. But they ain't gonna give it to us families because they say, look at them sitting up there talking about white supremacy. But y'all the one threw the acronym out there in the first place. Now y'all getting the millions and y'all telling lies to these people. Yeah, we gonna take care of these families, or we gonna take care of the people. Y'all ain't gonna do nothing but take care of yourself. Y'all fattening up a whole bunch of frogs for y'all snakes, for you snakes. They didn't just rob Risher, they robbing all these families and they still doing it. You know how much money they made in 2020 off of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor death? $528 million. And they the ones threw the number out, 90 million. Nobody else threw out 90 million. That was Black Lives Matter. We ain't never made 90 million ever. They threw the number out there. I'm gonna tell you, I got the stats and I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Warner Brother Records, Comcast Cable, and Sony Records, all three of them entities in 2020, they all three donated 100 million apiece. So how much is that? That's 300 million, right? Off the top, that's 300 million, right? That ain't including all them bailout funds that they had. That Black Lives Matter was behind every bailout fund, and they didn't bail nobody out. Wait, let me really bust you upside your head real quick. Then just this year, when Silicon Valley Bank went out of business, they said they donated 73,400,000 to Black Lives Matter. Come on now, what? So you gonna tell me? So you gonna tell me the bank donated them only 73 million, and they only made 16 more million in 2020? Get out of here! Get out of here! All these little organizations that's out. They part of Black Lives Matter. They got a different name, but Black Lives Matter is in the background. That's what happened when we went to Akron, Ohio. Freedom Block is messing with Black Lives Matter. That's what happened. And Melina Abdullah, if she can stick her claws in you, the devil gonna stick her claws in you. So, Satan don't bless you. Satan cause havoc, huh?
No, because there was.
Go ahead,
I want the Minneapolis connection, you know, and how BLM is here because I only recently I knew Nakima was from California.
Yeah,
I never knew. I want you to talk about that sorority.
Oh yeah, that's Melina's sorority sister. Nakima and Serena. Oh, okay, check it out. I'm gonna break it down to you. So in 2016, a boy and a girl got killed in Inglewood. They were sleeping in the car, right?
Yeah.
Same time when the Clark boy in Minnesota got killed, right? If you are activist, because you was acting, you supposed to be the civil rights attorney, you this, you that. Why you didn't stay on your own stumping grounds and fight for those two young men and women that got killed by the police? You got your fat ass on the plane and went to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Ooh. That's what you did. And then you start messing with that family and acting like you was representing them, but you was messing with their uncle. And then when Philando Castile, today is his day. This is his 7th year today.
Yes, it is.
Philando Castile, this is his 7th year today. See, 19 days after he got assassinated, it was my turn. And I didn't like it because my job asked me, what would I do if something like this happened to me? Because I work for the government and we watch nothing but CNN. And I didn't even have a clue. I didn't even know what to tell them. I said, I don't know. But 19 days, I was in this fight. For whatever reason, I can't even begin to tell you. But when I tried to talk to Nakima about the situation, she shunned me off and said, oh, that's my sorority sister. When all them protesters went to jail, when Philando Castile got killed, oh, she told him to take the charge on that bus. Oh, but I thought you was civil. Get out of here, man. Where that $60,000 they gave you, Nakima, for that cop watch in the city of Memphis that don't nobody know nothing about? Where it went? Where it go? Y'all cold like this me. That's why I say, why y'all even coming to this fight when y'all knew y'all didn't care about our men, women, and children dying on these streets by the police? Why? What was y'all purpose? Y'all got the whole LGBT community in our police brutality fight, and they get laws passed for them, but we study dying every second, every hour, globally. Globally. Tamika Mallory, is you fighting for that? You got your Balenciagas on the president neck, little Al Sharpton neck. Is you fighting for that? Because I'm still trying to hear that phenomenal speech that you were supposed to do, that was supposed to make us free. Soon as you said that shit, they started killing us faster. I'm gonna need you to stop talking. I'm gonna need you to shut up, because I've been wanting to talk to you, but y'all scared to talk to Lisa Simpson, the mother of Risher. Because guess what? I don't know Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory, and I ain't never been there, so I don't know sugarcoat. I'm gonna give it to you like you need to be got to you, because y'all sad in this fight, and I need y'all to get out of my way, because y'all stopping me and other mothers and fathers that's looking for justice and accountability in this fight. Y'all stopping us for trying to see what it's about, because y'all got y'all hands in a cookie jar, and it's bigger than the money. It's bigger than the money. Y'all got all this money. It shouldn't be no homeless people in our communities. It shouldn't be no houseless people in our communities. All these families should be okay. The ones that don't got attorneys, there should be money out there so they can get attorney. But guess what y'all favorite number is? 500. Y'all want to shoot a family $500, and y'all got 528 million. But when y'all bought that mansion in Los Angeles, it was only 3 million. Y'all shot the people 6 million so y'all can secure the bag. Huh? Melina Abdullah, Black Lives Matter Grassroots, you tried to sue your own organization that you started with, Black Lives Matter Global Network, and it didn't work. They kicked your case out last week, because guess what? God don't like ugly. And you sure is ugly, silly. You sure is ugly, Melina Abdullah.
The purple.
Oh yeah, you going around this fight doing a whole bunch of trash, and I don't understand how it's so many followers in this fight, but they swear they leaders. If somebody say something about somebody in this fight, you the pony that's quick to pick the shit up off the ground in your mouth and carry it to somebody else. Carry it to somebody else. You don't even know the person yourself, but you will sit up there and talk negatively about them. I want to talk about Akron, Ohio, and Freedom Block, though.
Oh, I do too. I want to talk about
Akron, Ohio, and Freedom Block.
I want to talk about Bob. I want to talk about Bob.
Yeah, I want to talk about Bob.
Yeah,
the big old bitch. Yeah,
big old bitch. Yeah. Right.
For sure. Yeah, let's get into Freedom Block, because they didn't handle us families right, and I didn't appreciate it. You know, I feel like this. It's all of us or none of us. Ain't no all of me or none of me. Look, what might be good for me ain't good for y'all. But what's good for the community is good for all of us. Right. The saddest part is you can't be selfish in a fight like this. You can't pick and choose in a fight like this because there's too many men, women, and children that's dying on these streets by the hands of police. And all these people is in our fight saying they doing something and they not doing nothing. I didn't even understand in 2020, why did the NAACP get 100 million? They ain't never helped nobody. What they needed 100 million for? They ain't never helped us. They ain't never helped us. Ain't nobody gonna help us. We're gonna have to help ourselves. But it's gonna take us mothers and fathers to get that ego and get off that high horse because our saddles is broke and just say, hey, you know what? This ain't working. This right here ain't working. Because what y'all doing, y'all cutting wedges in this fight, and it ain't supposed to be no wedges in this fight. We all supposed to be together as one because we the ones are the expertise in this fight. Y'all letting them hokey pokey and swing y'all ass around. I'm not in y'all class, so that's why y'all don't like me, because I'm not in y'all class. I talk to me, myself, and I ain't got no advisor. I get up every morning and say, what's up? Well, hey, Lisa. I'll be saying, what's happening to me? What we finna do? See, can't nobody tell me how to fight for my son because I carried that young man for 9 months. I went through the pain of birthing that young man. See, y'all so focused and worried about Lisa Simpson and how she fighting and what she say and how she deliver her message. Y'all worried about the delivery and y'all forget, y'all missed the whole message. But this the message I got for y'all. I did it by myself. See, October the 13th, they was ready to kick my son case out, and I had to write a letter to show cause why they shouldn't kick my 18-year-old dead son out that was shot at 70 shots and took 35 for running. Since y'all know so much about Lisa Simpson. Yeah, Lisa Simpson wrote that 3-page letter. She sure did. And I told the judge, what, you gonna kill my son twice? You gonna be the jury, the judge, the jury, and the executioner? At 4 o'clock on October the 13th, they denied the letter. God said not on his watch. At 4:13, they accepted the letter. I kept my case open. I'm the first mother in this case, father, friend, foe, whatever, family member. I ain't never knew nobody to get no pro bono attorneys on no officer involved shooting case. God blessed me with 3 waymakers. They said, whatever God gives you, that's what you go get. We don't want nothing. Huh? That's how God works. When you're speaking on God's anointed one and you asking him for something, 9 times out of 10, you ain't gonna get what you asking for, but I'm gonna get it because I don't speak negatively on y'all. I want us all to win because we all lost our children. I've never talked about y'all dead kids. I would never do that. I got outfits made with y'all kids' names on it. Y'all never say nothing about my son unless it's negative. Y'all gonna stop that too. You want to talk to me, call my phone, but don't tell no lies on me. Y'all call other families, tell them don't invite me to the events because I'm coming to fight somebody. I ain't never did that in 7 years. Why would I want to fight another mother that lost, or a father that lost their kid to the same entity that I did? See, the problem is a lot of y'all in this fight is more mad at Lisa Simpson than y'all mad at the police that killed y'all loved one. And a lot of y'all families in this fight, y'all not mad at the police globally. Y'all only mad at the police that killed y'all kid or y'all cousin or y'all husband. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a big difference. See, we fighting a different fight. See, I'm trying to make them be held accountable. I want a prosecution and a conviction. Yeah. I want the whole Nina. When they killed Risher, they killed the world. I'm different. I'm 2 chains in this fight. I'm not going to accept what y'all want me to accept. I'm not going to talk how y'all want me to talk. I'm not going to walk how y'all want me to walk because I think I'm walking pretty damn good. Because guess what? Got a letter from my lawyers the other day. Oh, the expert witnesses that was on my case when this clown dropped my case. And when these new lawyers got to that part, guess what the expert witnesses said? Oh, we in the cockpit. We rolling with her too, huh? I go to court November the 6th, and I did it by myself. Me and God. Ever since I've been in this fight, the only thing I have asked for was guidance and structure. But a lot of these families in this fight, they didn't fight for themselves. So they couldn't guide or structure me nowhere because I've been saying since day one, it's not a dollar denomination that they can give Lisa Simpson that's going to suffice her for the death of Richard J. Risher Jr. Because I work every day. I didn't touch money before. So money don't mean nothing to me. I take care of me. I ain't on the county. I don't get no food stamps. I go to work 15 days straight in a row so I can take care of me and mine. That part. Because it's sad how all these people making all this money And us families out here gotta bust our back just to live, and they living their best life, and they ain't lost nothing but their mind.
Woo!
Okay.
That's
And
golden right there. Sorry.
see
That
that,
they ain't lost nothing but they mind.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
This is Silk, actually. I just go by Ghost from Akron. So then that way, because of the fact that I'm not into this fight for clout. I'm not into this fight for money. And anybody that knows me knows I would do anything and everything for free. So I commend you, Miss Lisa, for the fight that you're putting in, and you just inspired me because I do want to come up with a nonprofit organization, but I want mine different than any other organization out here. I left many organizations alone by listening to you, by listening to other people that has been affected, including Kim, because I love Kim and she knows I love her.
Damn,
So
you just gonna negate, you just gonna leave out Chaz. Damn, okay, I see how it is.
fuck you.
Wow.
But Chaz brought me into this or whatnot, and I told him, I said I would do a couple of shows with you guys as, you know, a ghost host. But everybody that knows me knows that I'm not out here for no, you know, clout. I don't give out my name to the media. I give out fake names every time because I don't want no money. I don't want to get paid for doing the things that I do because of the fact that I could have lost my 16-year-old son because of the fact that APD had a gun to his head in front of my home. And I told that officer, if you take mine, I'm coming for yours. And I meant it. No money cannot sit up here and pay for my loved one to ever come back. So you take mine, I'm taking yours too. I will find out where you stay at. And from here on out, they have not really put no guns to my son's head. But at the end of the day, Akron is totally different. Now I'm not from Akron, I'm from Cleveland, and I just call Akron act right because they don't know how to get it right.
Well, you need to give them their real name. Act wrong. Because that's what
Right.
they do. They act wrong.
Period. I mean, and I
You know, right? And don't give them no good name. Don't give them no act right. What's so right about them? And then you got a pastor that's running it. Boy. Oh, Pastor Ray. Well, I wish I knew where your church was at. I go in there and tell the people, hey, I got a testimony.
I
Don't get this nigga no more money for the building fund. He ain't real.
I don't even know where his church is at. I only been to the Freedom Block last year and this year when I went to Columbus fighting for our kids for social studies. That's the only thing I went. But if I would have known what I know now, I probably even wouldn't have went there.
Fam, it's okay because we all have learned. You know what I mean? We all had to learn in our own part of the nation, and that goes to show that this is a uniform thing. It ain't just particular to one little area. We all have faced the same kind of situation, whether we are an impacted family or we stand with impacted families, but we smart enough or at least got enough common sense to know bullshit and see it. We've experienced this. And I'm sorry, like, we not going to say we told you so, but you had this, like, you went through it on your own and we was there with you because we knew you was going to go through it. And we told you and you knew that. You know what I'm saying? Now you know.
Another organization that recently I just left alone as well because they claim they
pass the bucks. Yep. They want that money. They want because guess why? Because in 2023, it's profitable to be a black and a brown man and a white man and a Chinese man. Whatever man that the police killing is profitable. Some people go to court in 3 years. Some people go to court in 2 years. Some people like me, 7 years. Some people still waiting on their 10th and 11th year. But we can't get nowhere because we got these false flaggers talking about Black Lives Matter. Do Black lives really matter, or do them black pockets matter?
It's the black pockets that matter.
Right.
They go on for the bang. But let's go ahead and finish talking about Freedom Block because I was at the protest. I was actually standing right next to you. And
you were?
Yes, I was.
Okay, so can I ask you a question? Since you were standing next to me, who started it off at the church?
You did.
Who got everybody fired up at the church?
She got it, y'all. And I'm trying to look. I'm still get the lyrics for the mama, can't you see? Because of the fact that my daughter loves that chant. She does, and that's the one of the ones that was also leading is my 11-year-old daughter, and she got it fired. I'm not gonna lie, she got it fired. She was like, "No, we're not doing that." And then on top of that, the way she was jumping around, and who got your back? I got your back. I love that tantrum.
They ain't with it. They ain't with it. Watch my back. I'm under attack. You got my back. That's what you talking about. Yeah.
Yes.
That part right there. They ain't got my back. That's why a lot of them wasn't saying it. They wanted me to say, watch your account. It's under attack. You got that money? I got my money.
Yo.
No. The one that I love that is so
But
hypocritical.
I'm also saying that they just
If you
don't
get
like
paid by the city,
you speaking the truth. That's all it is that you're speaking the truth. You're speaking facts, and you got the swag or whatnot, and they don't know how to get with your swag.
And they don't like me, but I don't care because they didn't like Jesus.
Period. Period.
But let's talk about Reverend Ed Cash, dollar bills, y'all. I want to talk about Freedom Block because ain't nothing free about that block. That's a permit block right there. They should change their name to Permit Block because they get permits. See, when they killed my son, they didn't ask me could they kill my son, so I don't ask them to take to their streets and say fuck the police, no justice, no peace. Yeah, that part.
Top of that shit. Yeah. I remember her live, Miss Lee.
That part. I don't get permits. And everybody talking about, oh no, they didn't have no permit. Come on now. How can you say whose streets are streets, but you want us to stay in one lane?
That's what I was
get in between the white line. Nigga, we don't do white lines, we do green, nigga. We ain't getting in between no line. We ain't taking over the street. Stop saying that chat. Whose street? They ain't y'all streets. Y'all should have been saying who lane, our lane.
Yeah.
Period.
On that we had and I still had the cardboard where she's talking about what specific chants that we was able to say, and I might still have it, and if I do, I'm gonna put it on broadcast.
Well, they ain't gonna be able to see it unless they got a telescope, a magnifying glass, and some bifocals.
I figure.
Yeah, I bet you ain't got a font that go to 110.
No. I was sit up there and take a picture and try to zoom it.
You better go to the Braille Institute and tell them to put their hands on it and tell the people what it say, because that ain't it.
Not even allowed.
That ain't it. I don't understand how can you tell a parent that lost their kid to the police what to say, what they gotta say, how to chant, how to fight. How you gonna teach me how to fight? And it's because of me that you in this fight.
We couldn't.
It's because we lost our kids, men, women, and children, husbands and wives, cousins, that y'all in this fight.
Yeah,
you didn't wake up one day and say, "Oh, they ain't killing nobody," but I'm finna start a organization. No, Reverend Ed Cash, dollar bills. From what I heard, you was political. You was in a politician realm. You was doing something else. You were never in this, boy. But in 2019, it's on your Facebook page. Pass the bucks. You said you started a new job at Freedom Block. You think this is a job?
Right. See, thank you. You make a very good point, because I want to talk about, and this is really honestly the same conversation as Freedom Block, because there's honestly people before Raymond Green, whatever he want to call his short self. I think about Al Sharpton. This man literally got paid $1,000 for every kilo they found. For every kilo. He was literally turning in black people in our community for kilos of cocaine, and they would give him 1,000.
Wow. Yeah.
But so, he was supposed to be a leader. And then
see, that's the problem.
No, I know, but that's the problem, is that we look at people like leaders like him.
No, because that's because people give people titles. And just because you got a title, see, God said he don't care about your title. See what I'm saying? God don't care about the title. He gonna make you famous a whole nother way. You feel me? See, you got to look at it. See, everybody don't look at the real. Everybody want to keep acting like they blind. Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles. Remember when Malcolm X and Martin Luther King was alive?
Yeah.
Al Sharpton was around.
Yes, he was.
Listen to me. He was around them niggas. He was around them. But guess what? If you notice something, just pay attention. They never let that nigga speak. They never let him speak. That should tell you something right there. He around some powerful men, and now he supposed to be somebody, but they never let him say one word because they already knew who he was.
We was left with the scraps.
And everybody run up behind him, and he all on. And it's funny to him. Oh, I didn't know them niggas that was walking around in robes, but I didn't know that at the end of every year, December the 31st, you can take your snitch card and put it back in the bucket and start all over fresh the next year. A snitch is a snitch. Like I said, what these families talk about? Oh, we mess with him because he tell us his agenda. I said, and everything y'all tell him about the police, he go back and tell them.
Right.
And y'all running with Tamika Mallory. Y'all running with Tamika Mallory, and he the one groomed this girl. She said she had said when me and Samaria Rice was calling out Black Lives Matter and her, she said she had been an activist. I think she said for 30 some years or 20 some years. However old she was on. If she had been an activist at that younger age, she would have been about 7-8 months old. If you don't sit your ass down, sit on down, because it don't make no sense that y'all feel like it's okay to reciprocate benefits off of men, women, and children that don't none of y'all know. Nobody hired y'all to be the representatives of none of these dead men, women, and children. The problem is y'all won't let us talk for ourselves, because if we talk, the world gonna know that it just ain't 16 people that died globally. That is hundreds of thousands of us that died because y'all pick and choose lights, camera, action. Like when y'all went to watch the DC last week, y'all was out there photo opping. I seen the B.O.B. out there, the Bob. I seen Bob. I seen him. Y'all like you a man running up on women. But that's all right. I got something for you for Christmas. What's your favorite color? I'm gonna get you a bra and panty set, the thong one down. Yeah. I think you look cute in it. And I want you to put some roller skates on, roller blades, and blade all around Akron. Yeah, that's what I want you to do for me with a lollipop in your mouth. Sissy. So let's talk about Akron, because the way they are, like the way I get down, like I told y'all, anybody asked me to come stand in solidarity with another family that they loved one got killed by the police, I got my boots on the ground. Right. I ain't coming out. I'm just different. I don't have to have no 5-star motel. I ain't got to have no limousine pick me up from the airport. I'm a street girl. You feel me? I'm from the streets. I'm a hood. I ain't like that. But don't make me feel different than another family that lost their kid the same way I did. Right. So we get to this the saddest part, that people just didn't understand what I was saying. So, okay. They asked us April 25th, we was asked to come to Akron, Ohio to come stand with these families, right? So we was all in agreement. We was like, yeah, we'll come. We ain't hearing nothing the rest of April. We ain't hearing nothing the beginning of May. We ain't hearing nothing, ain't nobody saying nothing. Sunday, before the event, we get the phone call about they making our flights. Monday, we get our itinerary. Okay. That's pretty Tuesday, we get on the plane. So we ain't even knowing about the flights, because I always put my luggage under the plane anyway. So I don't even trip off of that. We get to the airport. So I called Shamika. Didn't know that was the secondary of the Freedom Block, because that's Ray's sister. I said, who gonna pick us up from the airport? She say, oh, Ray outside in a white car. She said, Ray's outside in a white car. First off, who the fuck is Ray? They never told me who Ray was. I don't know no Ray. So I go outside. I see the man in the white car. He said, oh, I'm Ray. He never said, hey, I'm over Freedom Block. Hey, I came to get y'all. Nothing. He's sitting in the car. So I said, you got a charger? I needed a plug. I got the plug, but I just needed, he's like, no. So I just go on the thing and plug my phone up in the charger. So another family come in. So he tell them, he ain't telling them who he is either. He just tell them to come get me. We drive from Cleveland all the way to Akron. That man never said one word who he was. He never talked to us. Nothing. What? He said, I'm gonna wait out. He said, I'm gonna wait out here at the hotel, so you make sure y'all ain't got no problems. So we go in there. So now they want us to pay $60. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I had it, but I ain't paying it because you wanted me to come out here. So this supposed to be on y'all. Right. So I go out. So I call Shamika. She said, Ray outside, go get him. So I go get him. So the man at the thing, the white man say, well, we're gonna have to call the person that set all this up, and then we can email it to him. He can sign it, he can send it back, and we can change it. So he like, I am the man, but You the man means what to me though? What does that mean? I am the man. I don't know who the man is. I don't know Freedom Block. Y'all ain't never introduced yourself to us. So then he do the thing. So now I get my keys. He drive off. Never said nothing to us. So now we come down. The other families is there. So we all sit down and we eat in the dining room. They put us right by the damn freeway. Ain't no food places there. It's an ice cream place and a Starbucks. Well, goddamn, that's all we gonna eat while we there. Ice cream and drink some coffee. So now the other families, we come downstairs. We all eating. We waiting on the other families to come.
Not
So
to
now,
which hotel did you guys stay at?
we was the overhaul. I'm gonna get to that. We was the overhaul family, so we was at the Hilton. They didn't know we was coming. That was what we got. So listen. So the other families come in. So Shamika just gonna drop them off and jump in the car and drive off. So Kathy like say, hey, tell her to come in and talk to us. So she come in. She say, how you doing? She's like, well, what's going on? Oh, well, we're gonna be at the church at 10 o'clock in the morning. She like, we? She say, no, not y'all. We're gonna send somebody to come get y'all. We're gonna have a prayer. We're gonna set everything up. Woo, woo, woo. When y'all get there, it's gonna be a healing thing. Woo, all these lies, because I ain't see none of that. So we sitting there, we like, okay. So then she leave. So I smoke weed. I go outside, out the motel, down the street. I'm standing on the sidewalk. I'm FaceTiming another mother. So I'm smoking a blunt. A white man just pull up on me and blow his horn. So I turn around and look. He starts, fuck you, cussing me out. I'm looking at him like, dang, you weird. I ain't got on nothing that say I'm out there for a fight, nothing. He drive down the street about to tear his truck up. So the other family members like, dang, that's how they get down out there. I said, yeah. She said, oh, I'm on my way. We're going to have to be ready then. I said, I know. So they still ain't checking on us. So now they send, I guess they POP. And they out of Columbus. Tammy, Aramis, and Genesis. Mm-hmm. So they sent her to the hotel that she already there at the hotel that we at, right? So she got to throwing this elite family in our face. Oh, they put the elite families over at the Marriott. Yeah, I could have stayed over there with them too, but now I want to come over here with the real family. So we all start saying, well, what's an elite family? What's elite? We trying to figure it out because she ain't saying no names. She just saying the elite families. She said, because yeah, y'all was the overhaul family. So we put y'all over here in the Hilton because we didn't know y'all was coming. So then I'm like, well, dang, I got 25 rooms over there. It's only 14 of us over here, 14 families over here. So why we couldn't be over there? Why we had to be separated in the first place? What's up with the separation and the division? So when she kept saying the elites, we was like trying to bypass it. So the morning of the march, I guess the elite families, they pulled up on us in big old trucks and all that. We didn't even know they was there. It was Mike Brown, Cephas Johnson, Andrew Joseph, Black Lives Matter member of Los Angeles, a Black Lives Matter member of Mississippi, and two other mothers that they didn't even introduce us to because Cephas called one of the wives of a husband that got killed by the police, said that the families was going to breakfast, but nobody that was there knew nothing about no breakfast. So now our peoples come pick us up. They take off because they never came in the gate to introduce themselves to nobody. We all knew them, but I'm just saying they never came in the gate. They was on the outside of the gate. They pulled up with a police officer. He gonna tell me he an ex-police officer. Oh, do I have an attorney? I said, not you. He said, well, I don't need a pig help for nothing, bro. Get away from me. He followed me the whole march. He told me they was having a party after the march and that I was invited, but everybody couldn't come. Well, I'm not coming. Not me. You won't get me like that. I'm smarter than that. Black Lives Matter already tried to kill me once, but God, it wasn't my time. For real. It wasn't my time. So we go to the church. So it's everybody standing outside the church and inside the church, the Muslims in the church taking photo ops. I'm like, oh, what's going on here? The elite families, they got their own room in the church downstairs by the second bathroom. So I'm just peeping everything. We come up, none of the Freedom Block came to us. We get off the van, they don't introduce themselves. They ain't saying, oh, we Freedom Block, nothing. Everybody just standing around. So they start bringing in these little snacks and they putting them all in the thing. So now everybody's standing around. So now they say they want everybody to fall in inside the church. So we falling in the church because we don't know what they want. We just gonna go in there because we listening to what they got to say. So now they pull out these little 5x7 postcards with Braille writing on it because could nobody read it about these chants that they about to do. So some of the people that's in the fight, they knew I wrote a chant. And so they had the chant on the paper, but it ain't called Mama Mama. It's called Father Father Can't You See? So when they seen that it was on there, they just got up and walked out the church. So I said, I'm gonna try to be good. So when it got to it, I just had to keep it real with her. I said, that's not it. She said, oh, I look for it on YouTube. It ain't on YouTube. It's original because I wrote it. You ain't gonna find it on YouTube. I said, it don't go like that. So I got up there, I did the chant, I rocked the whole church. She was like, oh, we in the march. When we get to this chant, I want you to do your chant. Okay. So now we come outside of the church, everybody just still standing around. So my bro Joshua Lopez, his uncle is John Collado. He got killed in New York 11 years ago. So he got some of the family's name tattooed on his back in a fist. So he take his shirt off. He the flag burner in the fight. He like to burn the flags. So he take his shirt off and we walking around the church. So it's lights, camera, actions everywhere, but we don't care about that. We come in there because we want to see the mom. We come to stand with Jalen Walker's mom. So we standing around, and then me, him, and Angelique, her husband is Andrew Kearse. He got killed by Schenectady, New York police. I said, man, they ain't doing nothing. They said, Lisa, do your thing. I said, I'm finna do my thing. So I started doing the chants in front of the church. First, everybody was looking crazy, and then they just started getting into it with me. So now it's time to get in the line to do the march. So the Muslims, they salute me, and the pastor walk up to me and say, now this who y'all need to get that bullhorn to. So then they get a bullhorn to Andrew Joseph, and he out there acting like Woozy the Howl with fists up one time, who fists up two times. This ain't football, bro. Our children is dying out here, bro. I ain't doing that hoo shit. Straight out. You feel me? So now we in the march. We get in line in the march. This how I knew what time it was. Soon as we get in the line in the march, Freedom Block want to be in the front, and they want the families that came from everywhere to be behind them. I said, what is this about? Never told nobody that we was there. They called Josh a protester. They could have got my bro killed saying that. He ain't no protester. He an empathic family member. But y'all never introduced yourself to us, and y'all never met us, so how would y'all know who we was? The only reason why some of the people knew we was out there because of Miss Hood, Adrian Hood. Her son is Henry Green that got killed in Columbus, Ohio. They put her on the agenda, and she didn't even know she was on there. And she called all the impacted families that came to stand with this lady for her dead son up there, and she did a wonderful speech. They never even mentioned us, never said we was there. Ray did the article in the newspaper. He never said nothing about bringing no families from out of town to come stand with this lady because he labeled us as protesters. So now all these spots, this the part. So now we get to the first spot, right? So everybody pushed to the side. They saying you can't smoke weed, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't. But damn, did y'all tell the police that they couldn't shoot that baby that many times when they did what they did? Was any of y'all out here telling them don't you do that? No. So now we go to the second spot, and the B.O.B. from Mississippi, Black Lives Matter. He's standing on the steps. Everybody going to the second spot. He's standing on the steps. Me and Carla from Columbus, Ohio, we standing on the sidewalk, but we facing each other and we talking. So it's a white man standing next to him. Now he a man, right? The white man standing right next to him taking pictures, y'all. He walks off the steps from the white man and walk to me and Carla and say, hey, y'all watch that white man. He taking pictures. Huh? I'm from the hood. I spent off quick, and I'm a female. Got right up on him. I said, what's happening though? What's happening though? He goes, oh, I'm out here. I'm trying to see what's going on. I said, we dying out here, my nigga, but what's happening though? Oh, me and my friends. I said, you and your friends, get y'all motherfucking ass out here. And he spent off, but I'm a female though. And you a big old bitch. Bob from Mississippi. Marquez, whatever your name is. A woman had to check a man, but you claim to be a man. Take that M off. You an Ann. Yeah. But y'all represent Black Lives Matter, huh? So now we out here at the second spot. We passed the second spot. So now we get to the last spot. We doing this march, and they saying the same exact chant over and over and over and over again. Then all of a sudden you can't cuss, but when you get close to where the police and all that, now you can cuss. Huh? Come on now, I'm not a robot, and my mama dead. I don't see my mama out here, so I'm gonna do what I want to do. I thought we was finna turn up all the shit they was pumping us up about Akron. I ain't see none of that. I ain't even get in the police face and tell them about their laws and shut them down real quick, because that's what I do, because I ain't scared of nothing. Right. I didn't get to do that. So we get to the last spot. Next thing I know, the activists get to speak, but none of us mothers that got on the plane that stopped, dropped, and rolled because Craig was in trouble, we didn't get to say nothing. The activists got to speak. The lawyers got to speak. When the mother got up there to speak, they didn't even call us up there to stand with the mother. We came from everywhere to come stand with this mama, and we never got to meet her. Never got to meet her. She didn't even know we was there. So now we get back to the church. So Angelique tired. She don't want to walk no more. She said, I'm going to get in the van that they got us. It's a lady driving it now. She told her she couldn't ride in the van. She said, well, I came in the van. So I started laughing. So Carla was like, come on, y'all just going to pack up in my daughter's truck. So we lapped up in the back of the truck and drove to the church. So we get in the inside. I wanted some salad. They didn't have no salad bowls. So I go up to the B.O.B. and say, hey, y'all got some more salad bowls? He was like, oh, she wants some salad bowls. I'm like, dang. I said, you can really give me a cup because I just want to get a little salad. Oh, I'm not going to give you no cup. So he gives me a big to-go tray. I'm like, dang, you think I'm going to take all the salad? So I see some bowls, so I put it down and get a bowl. So I go sit down and eat. I'm eating. So one of the mothers, Elaine Simons, they had greens, they had yams. She asked for some greens and yams, and they told her she couldn't have none because she ain't vegetarian. Yeah. So now they sitting at the table. Before I even come in there, they eating, but they talking. So I come to the table, and the families is talking about how they got treated and the indifference amongst each other, though. Ray sitting at the table behind the table that we on, talking to some other dudes. So, you know, I know y'all know D. I guess she used to be over Freedom Block. She cool as a fan. You feel me? They got her off of Freedom Block because she righteous. When you righteous, you can't be a part of this. You got to be dirty, grimy, and just like them to be a part of this, period. So she's sitting there talking to the families and asking them their concerns. So they talking to her. I'm eating. So Katrina Johnson, she talking. So here come the Bob. He come around the table and grab a chair from another table and tell D to move over because me and her sitting side by side and slide in between me and D. So he like, so what happened? What happened? So she starts saying, man, this separation, y'all put the leaf. Look, check this out. Y'all didn't even follow the agenda. They was like, what agenda? He was like, ever since y'all been out here, that's all y'all been doing is complaining. And first of all, Freedom Block didn't put no elite families in the Marriott. That was Black Lives Matter and Jalen Walker attorneys. Oh, so they was protected, but we wasn't, basically. So he just kept going back and forth with a woman and you a man. So Angelique kept saying, but why are you so aggressive? I mean, he just kept going in. So I just got tired of hearing him talking. So I said, y'all ain't got no female that can talk to us? Right. I said, because right now, you acting like a big old bitch. And I went and unplugged my phone, and Katrina's husband said, come on, y'all, let's go. We walking away from the situation. Ray sitting right there, never told the boy to sit down, leave us alone. He followed us all the way out the church. They surrounded us around the van. It was I didn't know who was who, but I was ready for show. So then he's coming out, following us, still talking. And then a girl that was out there, I didn't know she was pregnant. She was like, oh, what they want to do? So I dropped all my stuff. I said, what you want to do? Now, all of a sudden, I'm pregnant. Your head ain't there. Your head ain't pregnant, though. Wow. They like, you going to hit a pregnant woman? She going to have 2 babies today, one out her pussy and one out her mouth. They surrounding us, and we families, bro. We don't know who y'all really is. We don't know none of y'all. Y'all just got us surrounded like we punks, because I ain't no punk. I'm going to protect me at all times, for sure. He followed us all the way out, studied rah-rah and talking. I was like, whoa, look at Bob. I called him so many big old bitches. Hey, Bob. I said, bye, Bob. So we gets back to the hotel. Now they send Tammy to the motel to tell us they want us to come somewhere where they had to have a debriefing. Debriefing? We ain't coming nowhere. Y'all want to talk to us? We the overhaul families. Y'all know where y'all stuck us at. Come holler at us. They didn't want to talk because they knew what they did. They knew what they did. Then find out that Black Lives Matter came out there a week after they asked us to come. And now all of a sudden she involved, Melina Abdullah involved with separating families, separating and dividing. So we went somewhere unprotected. They didn't have no security. They had smokers in Sharpie vests. That's what they had, and old folks. Come on now. Y'all mad at Josh because in our states, the police fight us. That's how y'all had us thinking it was going to be in Akron. Y'all out there trying to do a shit and pony show. Y'all sad. And this how y'all treat people. And then y'all had the audacity to invite us to come to Washington, D.C., knowing that it was families, the untold story families, was going to Washington, D.C. 5 days before y'all went out there. But did y'all decide to go stand with them families? No, because y'all elite. And I keep telling y'all something about that name Jesus, something about his name. He the only elite person I know. Y'all stepped on them family toes. Y'all didn't have no kind of agenda. Y'all didn't go out there and say, reopen these cases, jail to kill a cop. Nothing. Nothing. Jalen Walker, that's it. He the only one got killed in America.
You know, and that's one thing that I want to talk about, because especially we got Miss Kimberlee Vaughn on here, who is an impacted family from Akron.
And they don't even say her husband. They don't even say her husband name. And the chants they was doing was nothing but just him. How do you think that you supposed to see? People don't understand. It's cool. Yes, we're gonna uplift your kid name, but you supposed to uplift all the kids' name in your surrounding cities and other states so you can make that's value, bro. You ain't just keep talking about one kid. Now you talking about, yeah, what about this kid? And what about this kid? And what about this kid? And what about this man? And what about this woman? And what about this person? See, but they don't do that.
Right.
Ain't no I in team, Tim.
It was not a national march. I'm thinking.
Oh, yes, it was. It was a national march to them. But see, this is what I keep saying. We can't keep blaming these network movements, activists, and orgs when these families that they putting coins in their pockets is allowing them to do the things that they doing in this fight. They allowing it. Long as they getting something, they don't care about the next person kid.
Right.
They don't care about the next person kid. They got a title and they ain't making no noise with it. They got the money and they having gala galas. They partying and ain't nobody got a victory yet. How many polices went to jail out of all these people they didn't kill globally? Ha! The pigs is winning, and the system is laughing at us because we ain't outnumbered. We just unorganized.
Right.
We got too many people with their hands in the cookie jar, and they don't even know what to do. These organizers, network movements, and orgs don't know how to lead us to justice because that's not what they agenda's about. It's not about justice. It's not about justice. They showing it. They doing it in our face, and we still want to hang around them. Do Black lives really matter? No. That's what I want to know. Do they really matter? Because I can't tell. I can't tell. I look at it as an acronym. Yeah. They don't even like men. So how you fighting for men?
Right. You make a very good point.
How you fighting for something that you don't like? Your mind state ain't in it. Nah. Your mind state ain't in it because some man broke your heart. You feel me? So now you hate all men. Or some girl broke your heart. So now you hate all girls. You feel me?
Right.
But your mind state wasn't there in the beginning. You didn't really have no compassion. Ain't nobody got no humanity nowadays. Where it's at?
Right.
Where it's at? Just like I said, they didn't have to give no parents nothing in this fight. I got a question. But did y'all take care of our communities where our children got killed at though? Did y'all even do that? Nope. Because that mansion that y'all bought in California, what homeless person can come in there and get a room? Did y'all buy an apartment building for us mothers when we lose our children and we end up homeless? Because I was homeless. But December the 22nd, Melina Abdullah, you whispered in my ear when I showed up on you on 8th and Wilshire, and your whole crew was out there doing yoga, you and your geriatric partners. You whispered in my ear and told me you were sorry for what you did to me and my family and my dead son. But when I told you I wanted you to apologize to me on your social platform, you told the people of Los Angeles that me and Kenyatta and Jasmine Abdullah, we attacked you. And I had your hands in my hands, so I could have destroyed you, but I gave you a break. And then you're going to go lie. And you always lying on me. You got a personal problem with me and you took it out on my dead son. That's sad. But you all are here trying to go state to state. I'll use a professor. Yeah, you a professor, all right. You don't work for Cal State LA no more. Tell them that. Professor not. Yeah, you a professor. You a professional crook. You good at that. Yeah. Right. You good at that. And then you get people to be crooks with you. You tell them, man, get this money. Just say you down with this dead family, and it's gonna be another one. And you just jump to that one. And then when they ask you to help them, shoot them $500. $500? Who can bury somebody for $500? And y'all getting millions and millions and millions of dollars. And y'all help the LGBT community, but didn't help these dead men, women, and children, families, is the reason why y'all got started.
Right. And that's what I want to talk about, because especially we're talking about Akron and Freedom Block. And I know somebody that Kimberlee has a lot of personal experience in Akron with Freedom Block. And I really would love to hear Mo's story and your experience.
No, it's just not with Freedom Block. It's with the NWACP too. I'm calling them out as well, because I had told our president, Judy Hill, if she would have listened to Kim or whatnot, Jalen Walker would have been still alive to this day. I told her that personally. Me and Judy, I love her, but at the end of the day, we can have our conflicts. I still love her, but it's just the fact that if she would have had listened to Miss Kim, Jalen Walker could have been still walking today. So I'm just not going to call out Freedom Block here in Akron. I'm going to call out the NWACP. I'm just going to keep it 100 on that part. I know another organization that does their best, but we here in Akron, they swept Muhammad underneath the rug. I didn't even know about Muhammad until Kim came out and said something about Muhammad. I thought it was an accident where he was killed at. I was there riding past. I didn't know. I didn't even know what the purple stand for. I thought it was a car accident, yo. So no, Muhammad's case was definitely swept underneath the rug. And I know that Kim, after speaking to her, has spoke out many things about these organizations. So I'm gonna let Ms. Kim talk about it, but no, it's just not with the Freedom Block. I'm gonna also mention the NWACP here in Akron too. If we're gonna speak about it, we gotta speak about it all.
Right. Yeah, let me stop you there, because I don't really speak out against these organizations, and I need to make a correction. I have had absolutely no involvement with any of these organizations, Freedom Block included. I have had no interactions, no reaching out to me from them. It is correct that when I contacted the Akron branch of the NAACP, Miss Judy Hill, president, did refer me back to the Akron Police Department. Yeah, so it was a little bit of a surprise to me when, Jalen unfortunately was murdered, and, she went all out and had a big old, something in a church and was helping organize all kinds of different things. But I get referred back to the Akron Police Department. And she even said, I don't know what else to do to help you but that. So I can't speak on the Freedom Block because I've never had any experiences with them. See, I get a lot of hate because I do call out the inconsistencies that are going on in Akron between Jalen's case and my former husband Muhammad's case. And then people turn me into the bitch, basically saying that I'm taking shots at Jalen and his family. That's how they turn me into the monster. for calling out the facts of what's happening. Never, ever in a day, ever in my 1,231 days in this fight, have I ever said anything bad about the Walker family or Jalen. I'm glad that they got the outpouring that they got, because I know the other side of it, and it's all four sides of hell. The Akron police gave my Mohammad a life sentence of death, and the Akron police gave my daughter and I a life sentence in hell. My daughter is in a wheelchair and needs her daddy, and she will never see him again. They don't know how far what they do reaches. I have lost 11 people in my family, none of them to COVID, since this happened. And my daughter was able-bodied when this happened. She is now in a wheelchair and is going on 2 years, little over 2 years in a wheelchair. So, you know, when I get to talking about Akron, it's tough for me because I do call out the inconsistencies in what's been done for Jalen's family as opposed to what's been done for my daughter. I don't include myself in that. It's all about her. They took a chunk out of my daughter's life that's irreplaceable. So they need to know that Mama Bear is coming, point blank. The officers that killed my Mohammad haven't taken any of the heat like the officers that killed Jalen. I have pictures of me protesting in front of the Akron police station, actually in this coat. This was Mohammed's. He wasn't wearing it that day, but this is part of the purple camouflage outfit that he ordered as a set. He just didn't have this particular piece on that day. But that's purple has become the color of our crusade. And I got to, they still have his clothing in their possession. But I've seen pictures of it and it's no longer purple, it's pink and red. So I hesitate to say a whole lot of the inconsistencies because it's very painful and I get hung out to dry and made to look like the bad guy. I've been called the Akron Screamer. I've been told that, I know, Chaz, you heard the one voice message that was left for me, saying that we would all have been better off if my mom would have went to Planned Parenthood, among other things. I've had my tires slashed numerous times. I have been threatened by the city of Akron just for putting the officers' pictures on my Facebook page. I have people who say, oh, here she comes again. She's going to start stomping her feet and screaming and crying until she gets her way. But what would you do if it was your loved one? And especially if your loved one was getting overshadowed and excluded and ignored. You would, I mean, people haven't even seen the worst of me yet. If you think I've been screaming and being annoying now, no, you haven't seen it yet. You really haven't seen it yet. And you don't know the pain that I have to watch my daughter go through every day. And you don't know the pain of having to sit back and watch everything be celebrated about another family and yours be made out to be the terrorists. We're the family of the terrorist. That's right. They painted Mohammed to be a terrorist. So I've had people say, you know, well, I'm not going to support you because the Islamic community isn't supporting you. I don't get support from any community.
Me neither.
Let's put it that way. The Islamic community doesn't want to stand behind me because of the narrative that the police have put out in the press that Mohammed was a terrorist and he had terroristic plans. So, of course, since, Islam is one of the most hated races in this country right now due to the after effects of 9/11, people don't want to align themselves with somebody that has been put out in the press as a terrorist. Point blank. The Islamic community doesn't want to be tied to Muhammad because they're convinced by the press, and the press has gone one way. You will not see any press that doesn't paint Muhammad in a bad light. It doesn't speak any of his truth. And I'm tired of being, that's why a lot of people don't like me and Lisa. And that's why Mama Lisa and I get painted to be the monsters, the criminals, the bitches, and I'm damn tired of it. It's because we won't sit down and shut up and
There
do
you
it the
go.
nice way.
Exactly.
No. If you're going to take our loved ones from us, you better expect the flames. Expect them.
That part.
I don't give a flying you know what that nobody likes my approach or my delivery, because this is my fiber. This is who I am. I am a fiery individual. Everybody that's known me before this happened to Muhammad can tell you I was like this before. This just catapulted me into this platform, so I have a place to speak for my Muhammad since he was silenced. And I'm not about to stand back. And that's why I have continued on, even though I've been beaten down by Akron and I've been shoved off into the shadows. People keep saying, oh, we're going to do something. We're going to do something. Do you? I've scheduled 2 different events. I'd be lucky to have 5 people show up. And that's including my daughter and my mother. They said, oh, we went to I'm sorry, we forgot. We went to the movie in the park. Okay. And every damn organizer in Akron, every damn organization in Akron knows about Muhammad. Do you think any of them sought me out for anything? And Lisa is proof that when they brought all these families to Akron, don't you think there should have been another Akron family in that mix? Do you think Muhammad's family was even let know about it? Nah. And I even got death threats for showing up that day. Yeah, I have these people, let's guess who they are, that text me through a text app and say, if you show up to that event, we're going to bury you just like we did your husband. Ask Lisa. Ask Lisa. She knows how. She saw me there. She didn't know it was me. But yeah, I was there. I was there. Because I'll be damned if they're going to call this a national march and my Muhammad at least didn't have a presence. I even had a friend, Elaine Simons, who went up to one of the organizers and said, where is Muhammad in all of this? She wouldn't tell me his response. So I won't be beaten down. The cops, as close as last Friday night, I went to an outdoor open free event, and one of the cops that killed my Muhammad was there. And they figured out who I was, and they circled me, and one got like right up in front of me like this. Yeah, like, what do you think I'm going to do to them? They destroyed my family. I'm not out to destroy their family. Now, don't get me wrong. And I am going to ask the judge for 5 minutes alone with these two. I would love it. Let's go toe to toe, eye for an eye. Because I do have weapons. I don't have any guns. I don't have any knives. I have these guns, and I have one of the most powerful weapons there is to have. And that's the truth.
Right.
And even though that truth hasn't been put out in the press, I am not backing down. One day, I will find the right person who will help me break Muhammad's case through and change that narrative. that they have out about him right now until my last breath. And see, that's another thing that people don't realize is that, you know, since Lisa and I fight the way that we do, we get hung out to dry. We get all the hate. We get all the threats, the harassment, the BS from the police department that killed our loved one. Yeah, we get made out to be the criminals and the problem. No, jerks, you killed our loved one. You ain't turning it around on us. No, I refuse. And so I don't give a shit that there are a lot of people that call me the screamer, telling me I need to take stock in lean cuisine. Hey, you know what? I'm not eating your damn lean cuisine, okay? I am Italian. I like my authentic pasta and sauce, and I ain't trying to eat it out of a plastic dish in a box in the microwave. Kiss my ass, okay? I'm not playing with you all, and you all are going to have to come up with something better than that, because telling me I need to take stock in lean cuisine, you ain't budging me. You ain't budging me. So for those who aren't familiar with, and that's another thing I wanted to say about the whole money aspect. You know, a lot of the families will say, oh, you know, we don't want the bag. You know, we would rather have our loved ones back, even though that's not possible. And that's true. But what I need people to understand is that we get picked on a lot or called out for the ghetto lottery. And I've had it said about me that I'm trying to cash in on the ghetto lottery. Okay. Let me put it to you this way. When your loved one is killed by police, you have two choices. Stand up and fight or sit down, okay? When your loved one, the officers that have killed your loved one get cleared by the grand jury, that means they don't get any criminal. You're left with as a family after they clear those officers in the grand jury. How many times have we heard that officers have been charged in a grand jury? In this country, maybe once, twice, I don't know. But like Lisa said earlier, they winning. So once these jerks get cleared by the grand jury, and I'll tell you something about grand jury too. Once they get cleared, we don't have any other fight left than to go to civil court. And the only reward in civil court is the ghetto lottery. Trust me when I tell you that if there was any other way, any other options for these families to have some kind of justice other than money, we would all do it. All of us. Every damn one. If we had another chance at that grand jury, or we had another court that could put them in jail potentially, another court, another way to hear the stories of truth about our loved ones, we'd all do it. We don't want the frickin' bag. We don't want the ghetto lottery. We don't want to be made out to be the criminals. We didn't kill our loved ones.
Say it.
Stop hating on us. This is bullshit. At any rate, that's me sticking up for me and Mama Lisa, because we bring the fire in this country.
That part, baby.
That part.
Right. So for those who aren't familiar, I'm just going to take like 5 minutes to give you a quick rundown on how my Muhammad was treated. Because every time people hear Akron, Ohio, the first name that pops in their head, Jalen Walker. I try to tell them about my Muhammad story. Oh yeah, and what about that Jalen Walker kid? Well, he was shot more times than your husband. Oh, okay. He was. Let's call the facts here. My Muhammad was shot at over 32 times and took 15 bullets until Jalen came along. God bless him. I wish this wouldn't have happened to him.
I'm sorry, but what we playing Olympics with bullets all of a sudden? Just because I don't care if he was shot just one time, he still died. I don't care if he was choked to death. If a knee was on his neck, he still motherfucking died.
That
right.
part.
And he
That
didn't,
part.
and he didn't deserve to die.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. At any rate, that's part of what I'm going to say. But on December 15th, 2019, it was a Sunday morning, approximately 9 a.m. In the 1300 block of Britain Road. My Muhammad was shot 15 times. 15 of those over 32 shots landed. 10 bullets were lodged, 5 went through. And he was killed by 2 Akron police officers who I will not name. He had ran out of fuel and was 3 houses from home where his gas can was in the basement. He was on his way to the gun range when he ran out of gas and left his car. And in the time that he left his car and got 3 houses from home, the police responded to his car being, left on the side of the road, ran his plates, saw his name was Muhammad, saw a gun locked in a case in the car, and basically put on an APD that he could be armed and dangerous. So that's all happening while Muhammad is walking from the car to 3 houses from home. And then I call him Dick and Muttley. If you all are familiar with the Hanna-Barbera Wacky Races cartoons, you'll know who Dick and Muttley are. And the one officer that killed Muhammad looks exactly like Muttley. At any rate, so Dick and Muttley are up the road monitoring a senior citizens metropolitan housing building on a Sunday morning with no body cams, an unmarked car, no cherries and berries, no markings, no nothing. They hear all this. They know that they're right up the street. So they come down. They basically get out of the car, guns drawn. You can see it in the video. Now, I said no body cams. So for the longest time, it was their word against nothing. But there was a video from a business across the street. And thank God. And I just got the clearest copy of that video last week. That's how long they've been holding this shit from me. Anyways, thank God the business that had the video across the street, it shows Muhammad was sitting down and had lit up a cigarette. And you see him, you see the spark from the lighter, and then all of a sudden you see this white car pull up and they block the lanes, and you see him look, and they're already out, guns drawn. They never fathomed using any other means of force. And you see him look, and then you see him stand up, and you see him put his hands up. And they kept saying, we don't know why he didn't keep complying. He just put his hands down. Well, here to come find out, the reason he put his hands down is because he had taken a direct shot to the chest. And my tough ass Muhammad kept on moving. And after he took that shot to the chest and dropped his hands, he turned and went on the other side of this tree line. One of them tried to grab him and he swatted at him. And then you see him take about 5 steps and fall face down. I also have an eyewitness that matches the video. The cops said, oh, he twisted. One of them said he twisted and had his hand on the gun. The other one said, oh, no, he had the gun down by his side. Their stories are different. But the one thing they both say is that he fell, like he twisted, and then when they shot him and he fell on his back. If you can't see anything else in this grainy video, you can tell that the man did not fall on his back. You can see, he was in purple camouflage. So you can see these purple camouflage arms swinging, and then all of a sudden, boom, face down. You don't see no twist, and you can tell. Even if you're far away, you can tell if somebody falls face down or back down. At least I can. You can tell if they're in forward movement or if they're falling on their back and their legs fly up in the air. They're trying to say that he turned, and he never did. This eyewitness was interviewed by the Akron Beacon Journal, which is the main paper in Akron. And I got a text from the reporter saying that he was told to bury the story and that this eyewitness interview would never be printed. Channel 5 came down and did the same thing. They did an exclusive interview with me and the lead witness, and it never aired. When I called to find out why, they said, "Oh, it's in the file. We'll let you know if we have any questions." On top of that, the lead witness continues to get buried because guess who wasn't called to my Muhammad's grand jury? That's right. This eyewitness that saw my Muhammad running for or walking speedily for his life, not showing any gun, not showing any or posing any threat, and definitely not twisting and looking like he was going to grab something. Yes, that eyewitness was never called to testify at the grand jury for my Muhammad. Subsequently, the two officers were, not charged with anything and left to walk the streets. On down the road, I found out that one of the officers is a trainer who arrogantly said, "Yes, I've trained everybody currently on the force." Think about it. Think about it. Nobody in Akron wants to hear this part or make acknowledgement of this part. If he says that he trained every officer currently on the force in Akron, who does that mean he trained? The 8 officers that came after him. Nobody wants to hear that. No, that doesn't matter. No, no.
He trained a bunch of killers.
Just want to focus on Jalen. Sorry, he was shot at over, 90 times and took, 40 or whatever. Yours doesn't matter. Yours isn't as bad as his. Bye, Kim. Yeah. And there's 3 examples right there. The Beacon Journal, Channel 5, and the grand jury. Burying my lead witness. Burying my lead witness.
That's what they do, unfortunately, sis. That's what they do. They gonna bury. They gonna always try to cover their ass, because you already in they law, you already guilty. You guilty, and you got to prove your innocence. So when they kill our loved ones, they instantly become a suspect, but they never let you hear the 911 tape that they was looking for.
Yeah, they waited 504 days to let my daughter and I know what happened to her father. Yeah, and they have all these celebrations in Akron. Like they had a Mother's Day celebration for Jalen's mom. Her first Mother's Day without Jalen. What about my daughter in a wheelchair without her father for the rest of her life? Excuse me. They have a birthday party for him every year. You've all seen the week of action they have done around his death, and you can ask anybody. You can look through all the footage. You will never see a mention, a whisper of Muhammad. Or if they happen to, it's probably because I'm around somewhere and had to remind them. But it'll be this much. They sit around and say, "Oh God, I'm so tired of hearing about Muhammad," when his name isn't said a 10th of the amount that Jalen's is.
I think
there have been documentaries done on Akron.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right, John Tell? That have not mentioned my Muhammad.
Kim, I got a question. Did you get to walk to Joy Park?
I ain't going over to Joy Park. They can kiss my ass right now.
I think part of it is about optics, because Jalen Walker is bankable. Who like, you hear about almost 100 shots, you go, "Oh my God," you know what I mean? That's what gets people. And he also was a black man and has a black mother. I think for a lot of people that tugs at the strings, it's now getting like national attention and whatnot. You see all these powerful millionaire activists, as Lisa likes to say, joining forces with people like the Freedom Bloc and whatnot. That's the epitome of what it is. It's optics. It's about symbolism, and unfortunately, to be realistic, to them, you don't fit in with that.
Oh, hell no, I don't. And I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
They can all kiss my ass. Because you've heard me say it. You can go back and watch a video I did. It's pinned on my page where it lays it out, the entire story. And you can hear me on there. And this was like a year ago because I finally got tired of having to tell his story over and over and over. And then people still don't watch the video anyway. So I don't even know why. But at any rate, you hear me say on there, I am not messing with anybody local or state anymore. I'm doing things only national. You're not going to hear me scheduling any events for Muhammad anymore. Y'all can kiss my ass. And I'm tired of having to remind Akron. I'm tired of getting shot down by Akron when I don't do near as much for Muhammad as is done for Jalen. You know, my Muhammad was harassed the same as Jalen was, probably worse. They turned on their body cams after they killed him long enough to show Muhammad being handcuffed so hard that it noted severe handcuff wounds on his autopsy. Then they had the audacity to stand over him and ridicule and harass him. They left him in a 15-degree temperature field with no barricades, no cover, no tent, no blanket, with his pants ripped down around his ankles. And they stood over him. One of the officer that is a trainer, I won't say his name, the officer that is the arrogant old trainer, who is a former Marine, by the way, he stood over him and said, one officer came up behind him and tapped him and said, "Nice shot." And he turned around and said, "Yeah, he zigged when he should have zagged." Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
now it gets worse. I guess they figured out that they didn't have good reason for killing him because they decided they were going to go up to his apartment and ransack his apartment looking for terroristic materials that they didn't find. And they ended up finding some more ammunition because he was going to the gun range. He's going to have some with him, and he's probably going to have some at home too. And they still have not only the clothing that he was wearing that day, they took over 200 items out of the house, and they still have them to this day. Yes. What are you trying to hide? And they all know, too, that I'm like the most hated white woman in Akron. I'm sure they've got 60 pictures of me up in the Akron Police Department and laugh at me every damn day. Don't care. But I lost my train of thought.
Don't worry, it's okay. But can I give you some advice, sis? Can I give you some advice?
You know I always look to you for advice. You've been in this longer than me, and you're another tough ass like me. You're not a pansy.
Listen to me. Don't worry about what they doing for some other family. Focus on what you're supposed to do for Muhammad. It ain't about the quantity, it's about the quality, sis. See, you got to get out there like me. They don't say my son's name. I wear these family kids' names all over my clothing. They don't do that for me, but I ain't worried about them because he my son. And I'm going to keep uplifting his name, and I'm going to force him to hear his name because wherever I go, I'm going to speak out. You know, God gave me this voice, and he told me to speak on it. Don't worry about what they ain't doing for Muhammad. Do your fight. Fight your fight, because at the end of the day, you're going to be the one in the courtroom getting the victory easy. Put your boots to the ground like you've been doing. When they do events, do your own events. I know, I see you. You going to the right places. You going to the people that actually killed your kid, to the police station. Don't stop. Keep doing your thing. Keep doing your thing. Because see, guess what? You're going to be the one that gets something out of it. I'm going to tell you, this shit ain't easy. Sis, I've been in this for 7 years, bro. 7 long years. Do you hear me? And I'm going to keep it a buck with you. It ain't easy. It ain't easy. No, it ain't. You just got what you got to do is, now that you know and you woke, you just got to weed these people out that say they for you and they really against you. And I'm
There's
gonna tell you, when they
nobody.
gonna want to be your friend, when you get that
Oh,
victory, then you're gonna be a part of the club.
when I get that victory, I'm
Mhm.
not going to have a long list of people to thank. They
Yeah,
can
but I'm
fight
just
me.
telling you.
And you can
Yeah.
even hear me saying it. You can watch my hashtags. I'm going to start a group called Bite Me Akron because I am so over all of it. All of it. It ain't just the Freedom Block, the NAACP. We can call out some other names of organizers and
It's a
organizations.
whole bunch of them.
Oh, shoot. Dude,
And
no.
they just
I'm
got
going to do
they just got 2.4 million. So why they can't help the people? See, I
Right.
heard
Talk
about
about it.
everything that what's Amazon wife got a divorce from her husband. She gave Freedom Block 2.4 million, the NAACP, and then they also got a grant out there right now as we speak that if you got a 501(c) and you lying and saying that you fighting for these people, they got $100,000 grant out there for you. So they getting all this money, but they ain't trying to help nobody. And
Right.
Freedom Block, they call themselves trying to have a meeting with us families. They wanted to host a meeting so we could talk about what happened in Akron, Ohio. But this is the funny part. They had enough money to hire an advisor to try to do a Zoom with us. I told the other people, I don't want to do no Zoom with them. I said, because if I get on the Zoom, this all I'm going to say is $ Cash App $ accountability 98. I don't got nothing else to say to you. Because first of all, if you got enough money to pay somebody to talk to me, then you got enough money to pay me for disrespecting me and making me lose days at work to come stand with nobody. Because I don't even know y'all. I don't want to talk to y'all. Y'all showed me how y'all feel and what y'all was really about. Get out this fight though. Let's talk about that. Won't you donate that 2.4 million to the community of Akron? Because you ain't doing nothing with the money. You ain't doing nothing with the money. You ain't building no building fund at your church, revenue and cash. You ain't doing none of that. You and your sister is swindlers. And the little girl y'all got on y'all team that always like to run up on women, the Bob. Y'all using people. Y'all using the death of our men, women, and children to stack y'all bank accounts. Get your job back. Call your old employer and tell them that you're ready to come back to work, because I promise you, y'all getting out this police terrorism fight because y'all ain't ready. This ain't about
No,
you.
hell,
Y'all
they ain't ready for it.
And you let me tell you what, you know what I don't like either. This is what really, like, I just be paying attention to people's lives and looking and seeing what's going on. For you activists that ain't never been in the play, why go to another family event to get into it with another activist? You a man and you want to challenge a woman, and that you think that give you big balls? No, that shows that you're not really a man and that you need a pair of panties on. Because if you fighting for this family, if you got a problem with somebody else, that supposed to wait. That ain't the time. If you out here representing this family, that ain't the time to get into it with another activist as a representative of a dead kid, because you're not respecting that family, period. Y'all going around and moving how y'all moving, y'all collecting all this money, y'all going state to state saying that y'all talk for all of us. I tried to reach out to Cortez Rice because I wanted to know why he felt like he should get paid. First off, if you out here asking people for money to bury a dead child that you don't even know they parent, how you asking for money in the first place? And if you raised it for the kid, get a whole bag to the parent. But
Right.
you want 10 stacks, you want 10 stacks off the top for what? This is not a job. This is not, I promise you, this ain't a job. I never signed no papers for them to kill my 18-year-old black son. I never signed no type of papers. This ain't a job. I never seen the application that y'all put in, because I would have told them, no, they ain't a good candidate. I never seen the application. I don't understand how y'all be giving these people titles. You feel me? And the titles that y'all giving them, they don't even stand up or measures or weights to the title that y'all give them. Y'all got Andrew Joseph running around this fight talking about he the street coordinator. Who gave you that job as a street coordinator, bruh? How you street coordinating for some families, but you ain't street coordinating for all families? But you the one got the platform. When y'all go to Washington, D.C., I didn't hear you say one kid name when you was speaking on that speaking thing. All I heard I didn't hear you say jail the killer cops. I didn't hear you say reopen the cases. You talking about your shit. You want to be a street coordinator? With all due respect, bro, because this is what I'm tired of too in this fight. All these people coming to our fight and they children didn't even get killed by the police. It ain't the same. Do we care and do we feel about y'all losing y'all kids? Hell motherfucking yeah. Yes. Yes. Because don't nobody deserve to die, not these kids. They our future. But y'all can't keep jumping in this police terrorism fight and taking over our fight and causing separation and division. And the police didn't kill y'all kids. Is that fair to a mother that don't never get to tell her story that the police killed her kid, or fair to a wife that never get to tell her story that the police killed her husband? Or fair to a father that the police killed his kid in his face, Kevin Kellum, and he never get to tell his story? Because in this fight, you got to be chosen. What you mean you got to be chosen? If you a father in this and you in this fight and you lost your kid, you should have all the extras that all the other fathers have that lost their kids in this fight in the same way. If you a mother in this fight that lost their kid, you should have all the extras that every other mother got in this fight that lost their kid. If you a loved one that lost your husband, your wife, you should have the same thing. How is it a difference? How is it all this separation and division in this fight and ain't nobody fighting for changes because everybody accepting change? I'm going to say that again. Ain't nobody fighting for changes because everybody accepting change. Oh, just because they doing it for you is cool, but oh, it's 10 other mothers in your state that ain't getting no help, but you ain't gonna even mention them because it's just all about your kid. No, it's about all these men, women, and children that's dying globally by the hand of the police that was never put on America to protect and serve us. Period. We ain't reaching one, teaching one. We'll get on the phone. We'll talk about another father to another mother and another father that's in that fight. And we ain't never even met them. It's so many of y'all got my name in y'all mouth, but I love it. Keep on talking, baby. Because the more you talk, the more God keeps showing me favor. Don't stop. Don't stop. And another thing, y'all be getting mad at us families when we be trying to bring attention to what's going on in these states about how these police is getting down. Because see, they put their own narrative out. The news is the biggest liar. They never gonna put out our narrative because they work with the police too. But y'all get mad at these families when they be trying to show y'all something. They ain't trying to exploit your child. They not even speaking their own words. They speaking on what the police narrative is. But they pointing out stuff in your case so that you can be aware. But the cold part about it is some of y'all been in this fight as long as me, and y'all ain't never did no research on your own case. But then when a new mother come in, because she trying to get justice for her kid, she supposed to do research. She supposed to pull out what she need to pull out to make her case stronger. Y'all get mad. But when Black Lives Matter and made this $528 million off y'all, flights and t-shirts hit different. Ain't none of y'all got nothing to say because y'all getting them coins. How much did they pay y'all to hate Lisa Simpson? How much money did they give you? Because I'm going to tell you, my guy said it wasn't enough. Huh? It wasn't enough. Because November the 6th, 2023, the mother of Risher, Lisa Simpson, going to get a victory. You better know it. You better know it. My son didn't die for nothing. No, he sure didn't. He didn't die for nothing. He didn't die for nothing. Why y'all feel like y'all can just brush us up under the rug because why? It wasn't no lights, camera, actions? Well, I got a question. How many of y'all in this fight right now, the police went to jail and y'all's death? Or did they get a promotion just like my son's police officers did? Is they still on the force? Huh? So you ain't no better than me. You ain't no better than me. You going through the same thing I'm going through. So what your title doing? What's up with your title? Your title who? Your title what? Your title, what your title doing? Your title ain't doing nothing. What I'm gonna need you to do is put that title in the trash. Because it ain't beneficial to you or this fight. No, and all the separation and division that y'all out here keep saying I'm a part of, that ain't Lisa Simpson. That ain't Lisa Simpson, because I ain't got nothing against Nair family in this fight. But am I disappointed in a lot of y'all? Yep, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Because we could have been so far if Black Lives Matter never came in this fight. But y'all like to listen to other people, and y'all the ones that lost y'all loved ones. How they gonna tell you how you supposed to move, how you supposed to talk? They only around you when it's the incident. Soon as the incident over, they on to the next family. Call them right now and tell them that your rent is due. Tell them that you about to be homeless and you need some help. I guarantee you they're gonna tell you a smoker and they ain't gonna give you 50 cents.
This why impacted families need to come out with their own organizations, their own, because if it continues, whether it's with the NAACP, Freedom Bloc, Black Lives Matter, and whomever else, if these organizations are continue to get paid off of you guys, the impacted families.
Okay, but why? They don't know our children. They don't even know us.
No, that's
listen to me. I have 4 other siblings beside my son that got killed. My son was 7 years old, that's now 14. And Melina Abdullah told my baby at the police commission board meeting, because my kids is very intelligent, because I ain't no dummy. And my son asked the police and Charlie Beck, why did y'all kick my brother, spit on him like he was a dog? Because that's what they did to my 18-year-old after they shot him up. Kicked him and spit on him like he was a dog. And when they flipped him over, they said, fuck, we don't even know if this is our suspect. That lady told my 7-year-old son, we gonna always have your back. Yeah, for real? For real? Get up out of here, bro. Jill Stein came to Los Angeles, California to stand in solidarity with me when the police killed my kid, the Green Party president candidate. The pastors from San Diego walked all the way from San Diego to Los Angeles, California to stand in solidarity with me and pray with me when they got to me on the streets. I don't play these kind of games that these people playing. My son ain't in no closet. My son is really dead. What make them feel like they should be able to get paid off our pain? Hurt people, right? So who hurt Black Lives Matter? Who hurt Black Lives Matter?
That's
because the only thing I see get hurt them was they feelings, and I put mine in a paper bag on the daily and bust them. Nobody should be getting paid off our pain. They don't know what we feeling. They don't know what we going through. We didn't ask them to work for us. We never asked no activist movement, network, or org. And I can say, speak for the families. Ain't none of us never called these people when our loved ones died and said, hey, I need to hire you. No, they looking at the narrative of the news and they saying, ching, ching. Ching, ching, getting paid over here. Thursday, didn't bring it over here. No, don't bring it over here. Keep it going. Keep it moving. Because y'all not helping us in this fight. Ain't nobody helping us in this fight. Can't nobody tell us where justice at. Where that nigga at? Where he at? Can anybody tell us? No. Because guess what? Everybody already got an agenda. It ain't about the death of these men, women, and children globally. It's about that stew that you already had in the pot that was nasty as hell, and y'all needed the death of our men, women, and children to spice it up and make it taste like something. And y'all selling the soup and disrespecting our dead men, women, and children. That's what y'all doing, huh? And I don't care what organization you with. It ain't about your heart, because the heart is made to be broken. It's about your mindset. If your mindset ain't right, ain't nothing else about you right. Period. Ain't nothing else about you right. If you calling this a job, you ain't right. Nobody asked you to come out here and do what you did. You done it on your own. Who put a gun to your head and say, hey, can you come to the streets with us? Nobody. Because I don't think y'all can do what us parents do, because we get out when we get to the streets. We don't play no games. We serious out there. We ain't playing. We really serious. We ain't out there talking about, oh, I want to get paid. You know how many times I done spoke in 7 years and I ain't asked for 50 cents? And Black Lives Matter robbed me for 1.2 million. And I got a GoFundMe fund out right now for court support for the money that Black Lives Matter stole. And guess how much money I got in it? $20. Well, but I'm a mother that lost my kid to the police though. But everybody else will get, all these entities getting paid. And us mothers, when we put our GoFundMe funds out, we can't even raise $700. We can't even raise $1,000. I'll never forget my first event. I rose $700. Melina Abdullah heard I had a GoFundMe fund out, and she put out a crown rise. She rose $150,000 in 7 days for pencils and goddamn cardboard, huh? But I was giving my first Death Angel Versity for my 18-year-old son, and all I could get was $700. They not losing nothing, but they gaining everything. And we just supposed to just go with it. Well, I'm not part of the get along, go along game. I ain't going with it. They gotta go for real. And anybody that got their same heart and how they agenda and how they moving, all y'all gotta get up out of here, because we don't need y'all. Let us mothers and fathers figure out what our next move gonna be against this system. Because a lot of y'all work with the police. Let's keep that a buck. Yeah, they y'all friends silently. So you can't help me if you working with the police. When the police was in Akron with the elite families, oh yeah, I was done with this whole fight. I said, dang, niggas fucking with the police now? I don't give a fuck if you X your ass up out of here, bruh. I don't do the popo. I don't do the popo. No. Not me. See, I don't like the police globally. I don't like the police that killed my son. I don't like the police that killed none of these people. Because see, I'm pushing for ceasefire, but a lot of y'all don't want them to stop killing us, because if they stop killing us, the checks stop. See, everybody want to talk about, oh, let's go for a bill. Well, why we ain't fighting for the lynching bill that's been sitting on the House and the Senate desk for over 100 years that'll free our black ass? Why we ain't fighting for that? Why ain't nobody on that? Ain't nobody trying to get no laws changed. Not if it's for us. No. We was put on this earth to die. Motherfuckers celebrating 4th of July. Do y'all know about the Emancipation and Proclamation? In 1776, when they took out the pursuit of love, happiness for all black men, indigenous slaves, and women, they been took our rights out the Constitution. We ain't nothing but target practice for these people, bro. And then we won't even stick together to make a difference because you got an ego. How I don't like you and I don't even know you, but the police just killed your kid the same way they killed my kid. How could you be that selfish? How could you let somebody tell you, oh, don't mess with the mothers after the police then killed your kid? Well, the activist can't guide you nowhere but into a hole. That activist finna get paid off you. As soon as they come at you and hashtag you, it's a check coming behind that baby. You better know it. These people in this fight, they don't do nothing for free. It's paid styles on theirs. It's paid styles on theirs. They ain't finna do it for free because they ain't got it in their mindset. If your mindset ain't right, how your heart gonna be right? They thinking about a come up. They ain't thinking about stopping the problem because they part of the problem. Show me one activist movement network or org that then went up to Washington, D.C. and they didn't have a think tank and trying to get some laws and stuff changed. Show me one. I'll wait. I'll wait. I promise you I'll wait. I ain't seen one yet. Al Sharpton went up there with that little fake little George Floyd bill. Bro, you knew that wasn't going to fly. You did that. All you is a humbler. They send Al Sharpton to states to humble the people and they fall for it. He ain't fighting for us. He don't care. But they better know in this fight, all these activist movement networks and orgs, while y'all playing, the pigs don't skip houses. Yeah, you heard me. They don't skip houses. Y'all sad in this fight, bro, and y'all destroying it for real. And you families destroying it too because y'all part of the get along, go along. Like I said, they putting them coins in y'all pockets and them flights and them t-shirts, but they robbing us all. But y'all get mad at another mother for just shedding some light on this fight, period, something that she's supposed to do. But just because you never did your homework and you didn't know what was going on, y'all all la-si-ya-si-ya-si-ya. Just like when I was in Akron, y'all. These families was in my face in Akron, Ohio, right? I'm talking about the impacted families. They was in my face in Akron, Ohio. So I feel like this me. If I got something to say to you and I'm in your face, I'm going to speak my piece. But you're going to wait till you get all the way back to your state, Kathy Likes, and then get on the phone and get to talking about me to people when I was right in your face. If you had a problem with me, I never did nothing to you. But this how y'all get down? I never tell nobody not to mess with nobody. Why would I do that? And I'm trying to help us all get justice. I'm trying to help us all get accountability. I want the police to cease fire globally. Let us start opening up these cases before y'all start killing a whole bunch of dozens of people a month. Let us get some of these cases open so we can get y'all road cops off the street. We don't even need y'all in our communities. We can police our own communities. Because when y'all in our communities, we dying in our communities. And the first thing they holler, oh, we need to stop this black on black crime. Where that shit at? If they got police, community policing in all these states, that means that the police is in the community 24 hours. So you mean to tell me they gonna watch a person come up with a gun and shoot up a whole party and let him walk away and then say they don't know who did it? Because the police is doing it, but people ain't woke though. They gonna blame everything on the people. People ain't got time to kill each other nowadays because the police doing a great job at it and they getting away with it. And guess what? People's complacent with it. This ain't my norm. I got 2 more black sons and 2 more black daughters I got to fight for. I'm in it for the long haul.
Talk about it.
You can accept it or you can reject it, but you gonna respect it though, for sure, for sure. I ain't in y'all class. I'm really fighting for accountability and justice. I want them to get all these road cops off our streets. I want them to cease fire. Y'all ain't talking about that. Y'all talking about who got the bag. Oh, I gotta go to a hurricane to get to the top to get to the bag. Yeah, I'll risk losing my life for the bag. Not me. It's bigger than the bag. And then when y'all get the bag, y'all don't even do nothing with it. Y'all don't have no kind of foundation to where you can make that bag do what it do. You don't even throw nothing back in the fight. And ain't nobody asking you for no money, but dang, if you're trying to fight, you got to have tools, right? I asked these families 5 years ago, I said, hey, y'all, let's start an account. Let every family pay $10 dues a month. I said that way, when the family get ready to give an event and they ain't got the money, we can give them the money out the account, and whatever they get on the back end, they throw it back in the account. We didn't need nobody help. We could have helped each other. It's too many of us. But oh no, I'm part of the separation and division. No, I'm trying to bring us together like butt cheeks. But I see a lot of y'all like to be wide open. Y'all like to bend over and take one, because that's what y'all doing. But you can't take one for the team when you ain't talking to the team about your moves. See, this just not about your kid, not about my kid. It's about all our children, all our family members. It's about all of us. So you can't just make a move and think that you can speak for everybody and you ain't even telling nobody your moves. Especially when you messing with Black Lives Matter and we know they paying you to move how you move, and you ain't even looking at the big picture that you part of the separation and division.
Let me set you up. I'm gonna cut you off for a minute, Mama, because I want to ask you. I honestly want to ask you a question, because we brought up some names, but we haven't brought up some certain things, because there's been certain activists or activists who have been, we've heard in court hearings, who have used cocaine.
Damn.
Right, Cortez Rice. That's public information. That's I'm not gonna sit there and dodge or hide that. That's public information. But we sit here or we see stuff like Terry Willis. I don't know if you remember Terry Willis.
Mm-hmm.
He walked from Huntsville, Alabama to Minneapolis, Minnesota for George Floyd.
Is that the one that wasn't he a president of one of them organizations out there?
I don't know what he was exactly down there.
I think he was, because when I did my research on that, I think he was one of the presidents that said he had got like 100,000 when George Floyd got killed so far, but he couldn't tell you the new tally because they were still getting donations.
Right, getting donations.
Uh-huh.
Right. And
all these people was getting paid.
Right, and that's the one thing that bugs me, because it's even like now they say, I see actually know, and it's crazy. I'm gonna bring this up because there's actually an activist, and I'm going to call him an activist, in Minneapolis. He claims he's from Minneapolis, but he actually lives in Maple Grove, that George changed the world. And I want to actually know, because that bugs me when people say that now, because there was a point, at one point I said that. I chanted that. But now that I sit there and I hear that, it bugs me, because what did George really change? Because
nothing.
We're having more deaths.
No, he didn't change nothing. What he did was show America how dumb us niggas was. They gave that man 5 funerals. They portrayed him to state for what? That's why I said, for his family to allow something like that, to me, that was total disrespect, bro. We gonna have one funeral for my loved one, and all that y'all trying to get clout and make it seem like this what we do. When that start happening? George Floyd didn't stimulate nothing, because guess what? Benjamin Crump got on TV and said, when they gave him the 27 million, that is how you get justice. Is it?
Right.
Benjamin Crump, you the attorney of America, but who made you the attorney of America?
Damn, America. I like that.
Who made you the attorney of America? Because you're not winning no cases. You just trying to get the bag so you can buy you another jet.
Right.
Huh? You ain't trying to get no police is prosecuted. You ain't trying to get no laws changed, bro. Y'all got a whole little connection in this fight that y'all just going up and down the coast, jumping on these fights and trying to see which one of them y'all can get the most money out of. And then y'all want to tell people how to walk, talk. I mean, I don't get that. Like, damn, we just lost our children. We just lost our husbands. We just lost our cousins. And you want us to go in here and talk nice to the predators? You want us to be nice to the killers? Nah, you be nice to them. I ain't finna be nice to them. They wasn't nice to my son when they shot them 70 shots. They sure wasn't. And the killer admitted to shooting 40 shots out his volley. So that means he reloaded. He reloaded. He emptied the first clip, reloaded again, emptied that one, and reloaded again, and emptied 6 out the last clip. Yeah, that part. He admitted it. He didn't even know my son. Ain't never met my son in his life. He was cocky. I shot 40 shots out my volley. Yeah. And I'm finna shoot 40 shots out my mouth. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I can't wait till November the 6th. Yeah, y'all thought I was gonna die and I was going somewhere like a lot of these families prayed on my downfall, but you could pray all day long, bro. I keep telling y'all, Satan don't give blessings. He caused havoc. I don't know who y'all praying to, but it ain't the God I serve. That's for sure. That's for sure. And it's sad to see how this fight just swindled to just a money bag. Ain't nobody trying to get no justice. I'm trying to stop the next family to have to go through what I went through, with all of us going through that lost our kids. I don't want it to keep being more names and more names, because in a minute, we're going to be extinct. Everybody going to be on the streets fighting. When if us mothers and fathers will stop the bullshit and just come together as one, we could put a stop to it. Because they just seen everybody in their face but us mothers and fathers together. And why we can't do it? I don't know you, you don't know me, but you mad at me because the next mother said something that I did to her, and I ain't even did nothing to her, but just because she said it, her mouth is a Bible. Her mouth is a Bible, so if she tell you something, y'all all in the 6th grade. Get out of my fight, elementary students. If y'all don't want to fight, we ain't mad at y'all for not wanting to fight, but stop being messy in the fight. Stop trying to cause a separation and division. If you ain't a warrior, you ain't trying to be on the front line for your kid, we ain't mad at you. But stop taking these this dirty money and shutting us out so that we can't put our boots on the ground and fight for our kids, though. When y'all got whatever y'all got for y'all kids, none of the people in the fight was in y'all way. When it was y'all time and all this shit happened, nobody was in y'all way. So why y'all in our way? Why y'all don't want to see us get what we supposed to get for our dead children, our dead husbands, our dead wives, our dead cousins, but only just y'all? And then y'all want us to look up to y'all for what? You ain't doing nothing. I ain't finna look up to a nothing, period. I'm not finna look up to you when you ain't doing nothing, but I see you mess with these families over here, but you don't mess with these families over here. You snatching these families over here, but you leaving these families over here out. Come on now. And this type of fight is too much messiness that we don't need. We don't need to be separated and divided. We need to come together like butt cheeks. My death ain't greater than your death. We all on the same level. It's just different law enforcement agencies that killed our kid, bro, period. I'm talking about the mothers and fathers and loved ones that actually lost their kids to the police. Not the ones that just want to be in this fight because they know it's money involved. That money don't mean nothing. That money ain't going to bring your kid back. That money ain't, you still going to cry like me. You still going to have your good days and your bad days. So that money ain't going to do nothing but make you worse than the person that you already was, period. Period. Because you ain't gonna help nobody. You ain't gonna help nobody when you get the money. You feel me? You ain't gonna help nobody. Why would you? Y'all selfish in this fight. I told you. All of you or none of you. No, it's all of us or none of us. And if you ain't with that, go on, sit down. Your fight is over. Sit down. Go on, just sit on down. We ain't mad at you. And when we start getting these victories, we invite you to the victory party. But we don't need you on the forefront because you're not fighting for all of us. You're not even fighting for yourself. Go on some of their pages. I bet you won't see fuck 12 on it. How much you want to bet? I bet you ain't going to see it on their page. And you'll be like, dang, didn't the police kill her kid? Didn't the police kill her cousin? You're not going to see it because guess what? They fucking with 12.
You know what's crazy is I want to bring up a very good point, because there was a press conference after Amir Locke. And I just posted some stuff that Amir Locke's father wrote an opinion piece in the Star Tribune, and I posted the article in the on the live. But one thing, there was a press conference, and then you had some activists break it. They interrupted it. Nakima,
Black Lives Matter,
right?
Black Lives Matter,
and that's my point of it is because literally during that press conference they let Nakima talk. But the minute other families and activists wanted to come up and talk, then it was police shut it down. It was like, oh, we
Exactly.
gotta go, right? So for me, that was all theatrics, nothing else more than for a piece that to give politicians and other people to run off of with a narrative to say, look it, we went up there and we fought for our people and we shut down the meeting, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. And it's like, wait, hold on. What are you talking about? It's even like with these lawsuits with we see in Minneapolis right now, you see so many organizations and activists that weren't on the front lines, but getting paid like they were on the front lines. And that bugs the hell out of me, because it's like, how do people sit here and we stand for this shit and people get mad at us, people like Lisa, people like John Tale, people like Kim, because we're out here, we're telling y'all the truth. And instead of looking at it for what the shit really is, you would rather just look at oh, you guys are just drama, you're problem starters. No, if that's what the truth is, then fucking call me a problem starter, because I'll keep on telling the truth.
Yeah, you supposed to. That's the problem. See, they don't get it though. You know, a lie, they'll tell a lie a million miles away, but the truth, it won't even sell. It don't even sell on TV.
Right.
You feel me? So I just look at it and I'll be like, dang, like I just never, like when I was younger, I never thought that black people get down how these black people get down. You feel me? I just look at it and
in the streets. I could have stayed selling my weed.
Yep.
Doing what I was doing, because I'll tell you right now, politics ain't got shit on the streets. This shit is snakes everywhere. You got snakes everywhere, and all them snakes fucking bite.
Yep. And they got poisonous venom. They good at that. They hissing. They don't say hello no more. They hiss when they see you. Right. But it's just sad that this the part that killed me out, that I just been thinking a lot. I said, now, okay, so you an activist, right? So you go in a community, somebody get killed in this community, but you tell your ass to that community, you ain't even from that community. So first off, how do you know what that community need? Right. You're not even from that community. You just popped up on the scene because you heard it was a death in that community. Right. So then you go over there, now you the advocate for this community. So now these people thinking that you really trying to do something for the community. So you get all this money. Yep. And you don't even know the needs of the community. You don't even sit and talk to the people of the community and ask them what they want, because it ain't what they want, it's what you trying to receive. But you're going to use the community to make your pockets fat. Won't you go to the community you live in and get paid off them people?
A real revolutionary comes to a community and asks what you need. How can I help you? How can I be of service? I'm here in solidarity. Exactly. How can I assist? If you ain't doing it, I'm gonna look at you real funny, like, what the fuck you here for? And if you collecting something, really what you here for is what you just stated. I hate that.
And then, and this another thing, so these families know, and all these people in this fight to know, they tell you in order for you to get donations for anybody to help you, you got to have a 501c, right?
Right.
That's a lie. Black Lives Matter didn't have no 501c. They was funneling their money through LA Can, and he a small little entity. He had a 501c, and they made him their fiscal sponsor and gave him 15 to 20% of everything he was funneling into his 501c. So when these big corporations tell you got to have a 501c, no, you don't. Guess why? Because they part of the problem too. Right. They funding the police, and they ain't gonna fund us mothers and fathers because they paying the police to kill us, huh? This ain't a country, this a corporation. Y'all better understand that. Y'all better understand that, huh? Yeah, they protecting they interests, which is a corporation. We ain't nothing. We ain't even citizens, huh?
Right.
We ain't got no rights. Yeah. How you better look at it. The reason why they killed Malcolm X, because he was asking for human rights. Because we ain't got none. First, they wasn't messing with Martin Luther King like that. They threw rocks at him and all that because he was talking about civil rights. Soon as that man started talking about human rights,
that part,
he was next on the list to check out.
People don't want to talk about that.
What is Al Sharpton talking about? Since he's supposed to be a leader, what is he talking about for us?
Not a damn thing.
Nothing. Exactly. He over there talking with him like, how many of y'all gonna kill this month? Right. Yeah, I'll go out there and shut the people down. Just do what you got to do. Huh? He already knew not to come to they already know not to come to Los Angeles and try to talk to me. Because I'm going to kick them square root in their ass with these size 12s I got on my ankles. Get your ass up out of here. Nigga, get gone. I know you wired, so get your ass up out of here.
Right. Talk about it.
It's sad how these entities is getting all this money, and they don't even know none of these families. They don't know the children. Where was y'all at before these kids got killed? Since y'all supposed to be a part of the community, where was y'all at trying to save the community before these children got killed? Before these men got killed? Before these women? Where was y'all at? You was doing your own thing, and you wasn't worried about it. As soon as somebody whispered in your ear and said, hey, it's millions over there, you better jump on that side, y'all jump. And put it on y'all Facebook pages as you started a new job, like you actually put in an application and you had an interview and all that.
Right. You ain't never lied, though. You ain't never lied. That's the crazy part. You ain't never lied.
And then to get an attitude and say, we out here on the streets. Who asked you to come? Who asked you to come outside? Who asked you to come outside? No goddamn body. So what you out here for? Yeah, you out here in these streets collecting money. You ain't out here in these streets changing laws, making bills, making sure that these men, women, and children are safe in these neighborhoods. You bought mansions, not in Los Angeles. You bought mansions in the rich neighborhoods. Huh? You got a big old ass German Shepherd dog in your mansion that you bought, and Melina Abdullah had the dusty to say, "Oh, I didn't know that they owned that mansion." So you just in somebody's house with champagne and hidden glasses. Well, get up out of here, you crook.
Right. That's what I don't even understand it, because literally they start these nonprofits for profit for the simple fact of the way that I look at it as a pyramid scheme. Because they sit there and they take the people that they know they can control, and they throw all that money at them, and they throw them you don't need to be a 501(c)(3) yet. I'll be your fiscal sponsor. That's why it's so hard to find the money, because you got foundations like the Minneapolis Foundation. You have, I follow the money. I'm one of them that understands the Freedom of Information Act. I know how to look at a 990 form.
Right,
so
you smart. That's because you smart.
Right. So they sit there and they want to, like Al Sharpton. I know that his donations, his NAN organization pays for his housing every year, pays for his travel expenses. The same thing with Ben. The same thing with Nikema. Why you think when this all started, she lived on Lindale over north. Now she out in the boonies. She out in California. She got an address in Washington, D.C. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing.
Right.
Zoya, you need to go back and listen. I'm not the only one out here spitting these truths. There's impacted families that are out here saying the same shit I've been trying to tell Minneapolis, Minnesota for 2 years. The same shit Marcus has been trying to say for the last 2 years, and yet we get shitted on. We get shitted on while y'all up there lift up the Tashiras, while y'all up there lift up the crackheads like Trahan Cruz. Yeah, man. Like, I'm so tired of it.
That's crazy.
We literally have a black man that runs BLM Minnesota, and him and his girl get into it. They post a video of him. She posted a video of him smoking meth and crack. And yet he's supposed to be a leader for black people. He's like, get the fuck out of here. Like, you're under reparations. Like, yeah. And that's why when certain people associate themselves with them, like Chantel Allen, I can't fuck with people like that, because if you can literally fuck with somebody like that and you're not calling them out, you're just as bogus as they are.
Like them, bro.
That's exactly how I feel. You're complicit.
They just not gonna tell you. You call them flint straddlers. They trying to burn the candle on both ends, bro. They messing with them because they giving them the coins, but they know you real and you telling the truth. So I call them spies, bro. They trying to get your knowledge to take back to the crook.
One thing?
Of course, Cam.
First off, we just got that fabulous news from Mama Lisa that she is heading back to court after 7 years of fighting.
Right.
So that's really something to be commended for, especially from someone newer in the fight. Also, so we have her going back to court in November. You might have heard where Jalen Walker's family filed federal charges in federal civil court. You won't hear that there was a family for Mohammad, that other guy, that were already in federal court with charges. So that right now, our cases are almost in the same spot. They've filed charges. I've been through deposition and discovery.
Okay.
Now we are in a point with Mohammed's case at the federal court with what's called summary judgment.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that I wanted to address because it happens to a lot of us families. It is another roadblock that they throw up in federal cases and civil cases. It's basically a gnarly way of trying to get the case thrown out. And that's where I'm at in Mohammed's case right now. The defense has filed for summary judgment, asking the judge to have Mohammed's case thrown out. We had 30 days to respond. My lawyer did respond. And then they have 2 weeks for rebuttal. And then the judge ends up getting up to a year to decide if he's going to grant their motion and throw the case out, or if he's going to say no and keep the case going. So we have 2 cases right here between Richard Risher and Mohammad Isaifan that are in the dogfight right now.
Let's go.
So, and you know, I even talked to the Akron Beacon Journal editor himself, Mr. Shearer, and when we filed charges, and he said, "Oh, we don't run any stories when families file charges against the APD." But the minute that Jalen Walker's family filed charges, and then they even went as far as, we need to specify federal charges, not just regular, federal. And I'm sitting here like, yeah, old news. Welcome to my world. So, let's keep those court dates or those court proceedings in mind, because that's big time. Lisa and I are in the dogfight of our life right now. And even though we're not well liked, we still fight. Even though it's the fight for our loved ones, we still fight for all the other ones too. Because whether their families are messed up or not, or whether the organizations they align with or not are messed up, it's not their fault. And they still need to be honored. They should all still be with us here. So we also, you know, we need to people focus on what's now. You know, Jalen is right now in Akron, but in the meantime, the cops are laughing at us because we're not focusing on the bigger picture. We have a history of murder in Akron and all these other cities, but people only want to focus on one. We got to look at the bigger picture here, and then also qualified immunity, which is a whole other discussion.
But see, Kim,
But I just wanted to raise that, you know, Lisa and I are not has-beens.
I'm looking at the comments. Who got justice? Who got justice? Did anybody get justice?
No.
Well, see, and this is where Lisa really impressed me when I was fresh in this fight. I actually met Lisa in Columbus, Ohio, and it was the first time I ever got up in front of people and spoke on Mohammed at an event. And she said it best, and I'll repeat her words because I've remembered them to this day. She really moved me as a person fresh in this fight, and that's why I've stuck with her. But she says, you know, none of us are ever going to get justice. Right. None of us are, because justice would only mean that we got our loved ones back. That's never going to happen.
They gone.
So, you know, this is what we are left with. This is the life that we are left to lead. Yep. And there's only 2 ways to go: sit down, shut up, or fight and get hung out to dry. Right. So Lisa's case and my case are at the forefront right now. Everybody needs to be paying attention to these that are actually in the court system.
Now, I'll say that right there because Osozo Queen said, "Open your eyes, we moving," and you kind of just said that. So like, but I think y'all looking at 2 different things here.
See, and it is because Minneapolis and Minnesota, we're not moving anywhere but behind. I don't know where. I'm going to tell you right now, we're not moving anywhere but behind in Minnesota. For anybody to come out there and say that we're making any change in Minnesota, please stop lying to yourself, because all you're doing, our leaders are lying to us. No, I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong, because how is it that a DOJ report comes out right? That literally blames Minneapolis police leadership, and yet a week later they're getting raises.
That
They're
part.
getting raises.
Hold up. This is what I also be hearing, y'all, is that because of the fact that
Right.
Minneapolis had burnt the city down and everything else, they felt like George Floyd got justice. Justice
No.
or whatnot.
No.
And then on top of that, it's still police killings in Minneapolis from when
Exactly.
Thank you. Talk about
Exactly.
it. Talk
So
about
where
it.
the justice at? Because
Right.
at
There
his
is no
trial,
justice.
how many
They got
people they
paid.
killed?
out here still killing us and killing
Right.
our kids. And that's
And
why that's why I was saying to you, Lisa, and I really do admire you. I do look up at you as, you know, like how Miss Kim does, because of the fact that, you know, I could have lost my son. I could have been in this fight right along with you guys, but thank God I was there.
Exactly.
But my brother was beaten by East Cleveland police when he was 18 years old. So I could have been still once again into this fight with you guys, but God said otherwise. But my brother still suffers from that beating because he has seizures. Seizures don't run in our family like that.
Right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
deep.
So at the end of the day, the officer that had beat him with the other 3 officers, because one of them was black. It's not always these white officers; they're black too.
Hold on.
So
Tim Christopher brings up a really good point. The system will never change too much money. We built the system of capitalism,
Right.
and we're
Right.
disproportionately getting affected
Right.
by it and being shut out and left out.
Right.
How is it to ever change? And we're not holding ourselves accountable to enact any change, like we talked about on the previous episode earlier with Jamal and about gun violence. It starts with us.
Yeah.
And this is how it starts. We have these conversations where we hold each other accountable, right?
Mhm.
Well, who is Uzi? Who is Uzi?
No, see, let me explain something, because who Ozone Queen is, her name is Zoya Code, and we could have stopped George Floyd from happening. We could have stopped Derek Chauvin, because if people would have listened to this queen, and I'm gonna call her a queen because she's still my sister, and there is so much
She
bullshit
said
in
we suck.
Minneapolis.
She said we suck.
Right.
She said
So-
she got us. I got y'all. So she ain't too much of a queen.
Right. No,
That's
but I'm gonna
cool,
because
though. Come to Cali and say it in my face, though. Ha! I bet you won't. I'll pay for your flight. That
But
part.
see, she's saying y'all stuck on putting other black folks down, and
No, we're
perception
not.
is everything. Perception is
That's
everything, because I can still love you as my
Right.
people. I love all humans, but at the same time, I'm gonna hold myself to fault and hold you fault, because I am you and you are me. And what
Exactly.
you go through is affecting me in some way, form, or fashion.
Exactly. Say
So
it.
at the
Say
end
it
of the day, I
again.
gotta hold you accountable the same way I'm holding myself accountable. That's what it's about, boo-boo. That's what
Exactly.
we're talking about. We can't
That's what
move
it's about.
forward until we all assess what is going on
Right.
here.
Hello. Say it again. We can't move forward until we assess what the problem is. Because a lot of y'all in this fight don't know what the problem is, because y'all think the problem is a bag. The problem ain't a bag. We tired of losing our men, women, and children to United States of America, and you activists is repping benefits off our dead men, women, and children globally.
All I got to say
Get you
is
a
I've
job.
never attacked anybody. Oh, sorry.
No,
Go
you're
get you a job.
because that's
Go
part of
get
the
you a
problem
job.
is when people they get like this, we
You
talk,
messy.
and
You
they
messy,
call it
Uzi
messy.
Queen.
See,
You
they call it
messy.
messy.
You
That's
must be
part of the
getting a
problem.
check. You must
Right.
be getting a check. That's why you so mad.
Yeah, they just
What's your
they
figures in your
they
bank
can't quite
account?
understand the flames, maybe, or they don't
Yeah.
like the approach or the
No,
delivery.
she getting a check. She
As I
getting a
said
check.
earlier, but never, ever have I attacked anybody in this fight or excluded anybody in this fight, because I know what it's like. You know, I bring a totally different element to this fight because I happen to be a white woman with black and Italian in my family, and I'm fighting for an Arab, which is one of the most hated races in this country.
That part. They
So
don't know what to do with you.
I
They don't know where to put you. You don't fit the mold or the frame, so they throw you to the side. They cast you out. They don't want you a part of the narrative because they don't know what to do with you. You don't fit the mold. Period.
Yeah,
Right.
and Kim just spoke some true facts about Islam or whatnot, because I used to practice that religion as well, and I always got mistaken as an Arab. I got discriminated because of the fact that
Girl, go find you something to do. Ain't nobody asking you to be a punk. Go sit down and knit up a blanket or something. Cause you coming on here with the negativity because we telling the truth. The truth hurts. Get over it. Bye.
But see, that's the part that hurts me because it's not even the fact that we're telling the truth. It's the fact that we're going at their favorite act, their idols. We're going at the Nakimas. We brought up the Jacob Blakes. We brought up the Cortez Rices. We bringing up the big old names that these people love and that they worship. That's
when all these people with these big old names gonna act like they somebody and stand in front of these bullets so they can stop killing us worldwide.
Talk about
because I don't care how mad she is. I want her to go to the nearest cape store. I don't want her to be big mad. I want her to go to the nearest cape store and put a cape around her neck and be super mad.
But
period. You mad because we telling the truth because y'all getting paid off our pain. Period. That's what it is. That's why everybody say we can't get no changes because there's too much money out there. Right. And y'all ain't doing the right thing with the money. Y'all not helping the people. Y'all not helping the communities. Y'all not helping us mothers and fathers. The reason why y'all got in this fight and as loved ones, y'all are helping yourselves and the people that y'all hang with. Is that fair to us? Now, when they kill your kid, then you supposed to get paid off your loved one. Right. But you getting paid off of people, loved ones that you don't even know. And you feel like you got a job and you feel like you're doing a great thing out here in the streets. But they just killed somebody yesterday. So where you at?
Right.
Mr. Great, Mrs. Great, where y'all at?
Right.
Get out of here, bro. She better miss me. For real, for real. Because if they was doing their job, Katie Wright's son wouldn't have got killed.
Talk about it.
If they was doing their job in Minneapolis, Minnesota, since you got so much to say, sweetie, if you was doing your job, Katie Wright's son wouldn't have got killed. He'll be here today. You wasn't doing your job. You didn't have your boots on the ground. You had your boots in a pedicure bowl, getting your toes done, sweetie.
Would still be
you ain't about this fight. You ain't about this life, because guess what? You ain't lost nothing. So you don't even know what we feel like. You only can think about how we feel. You don't know what our everydays is like. You don't know what our Monday through Sundays is like because you don't know nothing about it. Because guess what? Your kid got killed. The police killed your kid. Police killed your loved one. You know what it's like to get out here and have to fight by yourself with no help. And you watching all these network movements and orgs getting their belly fats, driving new cars, big houses, mansions, and all that. And you like, dang, but my son is dead, or my daughter is dead, or my loved one is dead, and I can't get no help, but y'all getting all the help. Get up out of here. Y'all want us to keep dying so y'all can keep getting them fat paychecks, but not on my watch. Y'all all gotta go. Kick rocks. We don't need y'all.
Talk about it.
Kick rocks. That part. Kick rocks. And when you since you talking and y'all think y'all so tough and y'all bad because y'all got all that money, on your way out the door, drop that damn bag because it don't belong to you anyway. Drop the bag because it don't belong to you. We trying to get justice and accountability in this police terrorism fight. We ain't trying to get paid. We trying to get justice and accountability.
Talk about
My sister Chantel Brooks is on here. Her son was, what, 15 years old? The youngest kid to get killed in Chicago before the Toledo kid got killed a couple years ago. And she didn't get no help. She didn't get no help, but you want to get on here, lady, and talk about, oh, I got her, I got him. No, get yourself. Get your mind right, baby. Your mind ain't right, honey. You in the wrong profession. This ain't the profession that you need to be in. Because you getting paid off a dead corpse that you never met. Sit down somewhere, sweetie. We don't need you in our fight. You got enough money, go on about your business, but drop that bag on your way out of here. I ain't finna play with these people. My name is Lisa Simpson, the mother of Richard Risher. Look me up. I ain't scared of none of y'all. Y'all don't scare me. That money that y'all got, y'all ain't got enough. God said no weapon formed against me ain't gonna prosper and ain't want to prosper yet. Y'all can try. You can try. You can send whoever you want to send. You better send them equipped. You better send them equipped because guess who I'm mad at? I'm mad at the police that killed my son. That's who I'm mad at. I'm mad at the police that killed my son. I'm upset at these mothers and fathers, how they moving in these fights. I don't care about you activist movement networks and org, a lot of y'all, because y'all ain't doing nothing anyway but causing a lot of separation and division. That's what y'all doing, because see, that's how y'all keep y'all money flow. We can't all be together, because if we all together and we put our minds together and start thinking like, hold up, we the ones losing our kids. We the ones with our boots on the ground, but all these other people's getting all these fat checks. They ain't even trying to help you or none of that. You homeless, you just homeless. You hungry, you just hungry. If you ain't one of their picks, then you don't get nothing. How can you pick and choose when we are dying out on these streets? As of today in Los Angeles, California, 2023, we already almost up to 50 kills this year, huh? Yeah. You think any activists in Los Angeles trying to stand with these families but a few? No, because they're going to get on the plane and they're going to go to the titles. What's a title when you ain't putting no work with it? You ain't putting in no work, so your title don't mean nothing. Your title don't mean nothing to me. You should give them that title back, because why would you want a title and they killed your kid and 10 times out of 10 the police still working? Who getting justice? Where justice at? Who got justice? Tell me where justice at. I asked y'all for guidance instruction when I got in this fight.
Where is the justice? Because we literally see it where officers, they're not charged. They might be suspended with pay.
Oh, they are suspended with pay.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But then they come back and then they're given promotions. They're given raises. How the hell is that justice? And then they're turned into field training officers.
Yeah. And then they get to retire and get their pension. But our kids dead.
They get to retire
and get their pension. Come on now. But we the ones that got a problem though. And you know what? This is what killed me about this police brutality shit. I got a question.
Yeah.
So in 98% of these cases, these people is running away from the police, right?
Right.
So I just want to know, what's the fear guideline of somebody back? You scared of they back? Because you can't see their face to see if they angry. You can't see their face to see if they happy. You can't see their face to see if they got any aggression. You shoot them in the back. So what they back got to do? That you were scared of they back? Oh, they got a big back. Let me bust it.
You know, you make a very good point, because they always want to bring up that threat that they were scared, and then that qualified immunity protects them. And there's something that in the past week that after listening to you talked about was the life of
the defensive life doctrine.
Yes,
defensive life doctrine. See, they got to use that with the I fear for my life. But see, people don't pay attention to me. In the defensive life doctrine, they can save every other race but the black race.
Right.
Period. They can shoot us and kill us in such egregious way, and it's okay because it's in the defensive life doctrine. And people be like, "What you talking about?" It's in the Constitution, the defensive life doctrine. That's how they push the I fear my life. How you fearing of your life? I got a job for these police officers that work at all these police stations globally.
People don't take a look at that though. Why is it every single time the cop says I fear for my life? Come on now. It's hundreds of thousands of times and y'all ain't made the connection yet.
No.
And that's because
or that one. Yep.
That's because they starting to make this our norm. Every time you look on TV, they didn't kill somebody else. You can't even grieve for one person before they didn't kill 5 or 6 more people. Right. So now you like, damn, they didn't kill 5 or 6 more people. Come on now, it's terrible. When I say it's terrible how these people is moving in this fight. But we can really make an impact and make some changes and make some noises, bro. We ain't doing nothing but getting the bag. Ain't nobody trying to push nothing. Ain't nobody trying to bring nothing together. Ain't nobody trying to do nothing that's going to be beneficial for all of us so we can stop these police from killing us globally. Ain't nobody, everybody like, oh yeah, well, no. As soon as they give you that bag, you ain't caring about nobody dying. It's all about the bag. Hey, you ain't talking about that case no more. Oh, no. See, we're going to go over here. Because this case, they had 50 cameras out here. In this case right here, this is going to be a big one. We're going to get some millions off of this one. Damn, y'all serious? Wow. And people be saying why we can't get ahead, why we can't get nowhere in this fight. Where we going? Where we going? When you got everybody with their hand in the cookie jar, where we going? Ain't going to be no cookies left in a minute. But people get mad when you tell the truth, though. They don't want to hear the truth. They want you to say, oh, Black Lives Matter is the best, and they take care of all these families. They feeding the community. They housing families that's homeless. No, they not. They housing themselves. They feeding themselves. They kids is going to college off our dead men, women, and children. They going to big top colleges that they didn't get no scholarship for, but they got the money to pay for it. They got the money to pay for it. And we as family members, we going for the fried ice cream in the snow. It's melting all in our hands. And we like, can I get a triple scoop? You don't even get to taste the first scoop, but you asked for a triple scoop. And these people that you dealing with, they only paying you crumbs. See, they getting paid millions and they going to give you coins. They not going to even give you hundreds. Because if they give you too much, you might get a little too cocky and start asking for more money. So they give you, they give you kibbles and bits. They throw you a little bit. They throw you a little bit and say, here go a little bit of money. Now, this is what I want you to do. I don't want you to mess with that family, that family, and I'm going to throw you a little more the next time. Then they throw you a little bit more the next time. Okay, so now I got you right there. I need you to get this here, this, and this family. Bring them on our team and tell them don't mess with this, that, and third family. I'm going to throw you a little bit more the next time. Okay, so they kibble and bitting you, but they got big mansions. You live in an apartment. They eating filet mignon every night. You eating a bologna sandwich with no bread. You just eating some bologna in your hand, huh? They going everywhere. They got the spotlight off your dead kid because they told you to be quiet, and they gonna fight for you. But they putting a narrative out about your kid that they ain't never even met. So how could they speak for you? How could they speak for your dead loved one and they don't even know him in the flesh? It's no way. I don't need you to speak for me. I need you to get your ass behind me or get in front of me to protect me from these people. See, I wrote a song about this fight and I ain't put it out yet. But yeah, it's gonna set the tone. Yeah. Yeah. I'm telling you, it's gonna set the tone. Ring the alarms. Where my Malcolms and my Marcus and my Martin? It say go. Ring the alarms. Where my Malcolms and my Martins and my Marcus Garveys? Where my Harriet Tubmans? That's supposed to guard me. Yeah. Where they at? Because we ain't got none out here. That's why I said ring the alarms. Where my where my Malcolms and my Martins and my Marcus Garveys? Where my Harriet Tubmans? That ain't scared to guard me. Y'all ain't fighting for us. Y'all fighting for more of us to die. How many funerals do y'all want to attend a year? Huh? Y'all got all that money and y'all ain't putting that money to no use at all. Y'all conniving, y'all thieves, y'all manipulators, y'all infiltrators, y'all agent provocateurs. Y'all want to make death political? Well, my son death ain't political. I ain't finna play with y'all because I ain't heard no political realm talk about these killings of these men, women, and children. Oh yeah, I hear them talk about the killing. I hear them talk about mass shootings. Every other week they talk about mass shootings, but I ain't heard them talking about the killings of the masses though. I ain't heard about that yet. See, that's hush hush. The killing of the masses is hush hush, but the mass shootings is worldwide because 9 times out of 10, the mass shooter is one of their clones. They sending them out there to do these mass shootings. Come on now. And if you do a good job, you get to live and go to Burger King, huh? Huh? Talk to me. You get to go to jail, but you got a crowd rise for damn near $3 million because you get to choke a nigga out on the train for saying he don't like America. Talk to me. Because your daddy was a top official in New York court system, you didn't even get arrested. They let you sit out on the streets for almost 3 weeks before the people had to tear New York up before they took your ass to jail for stone cold murder. The only thing the man didn't do nothing wrong. Only thing he did was threw his jacket on the ground. It was his jacket though. You didn't come up to that man face to face. You came up from him from the behind and put him in a guillotine chokehold for 15 minutes. And the other passengers helped you kill this man. And you was able to walk off the train. Like it wasn't nothing.
Nothing.
And it wasn't no outroar behind that. It wasn't no outroar behind that. No. Oh, no. He deserved it because he was homeless. And he was hungry. And so you dying because you hungry now? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I hear you. I just don't feel you.
I mean, literally, that's what we shit. That's what we're led to believe. Our lives ain't worth shit. But a few dollars to after we're dead, after they shit on us, after they demonize us, all for the simple fact that we died and we shouldn't have died. You know what I'm saying? That's what I don't understand of, like, you know, you have certain like Republicans and, you know, Democrats that sit there and will use this as election talking
campaign ad.
Right, campaign ads, right. And that bugs me because it's like they use these names, but yet once that legislative session is passed and that bill that they didn't get passed through, oh, they just leave it there. Oh, you know, we couldn't get it through. Well, that doesn't mean that you just leave it there.
Yes, it
does. Always the next year.
No, see, this is what you got. This is what everybody failed to realize, bro. Okay. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, right?
Keep it a buck.
They tried to. They like I said, America don't throw no rock and hide their hands. They throw the rock and look at you and say, "Yeah, I did it." So when Donald Trump became the president, see, that's why I be saying that it ain't a lot of smart people in this world, and they ain't got a fifth of the five senses that God gave them, because they got on the news and they told you that it's 543 people that put this president and to put the presidents in office. The popular votes is the people votes. They don't even count. But everybody keep going to the polls. Oh yeah, we're gonna go to the poll. We're gonna stand behind Buckeye Rogers because he gonna bring some changes. Oh, he in the neighborhood talk about vote for me and everything gonna be free. Soon as Buckeye Rogers get in that position that he didn't work all his life for, to go to this school, that school, to get to where he got, Buckeye Rogers don't know you no more. You never get to talk to him no more. You talk to the secretary. So if you putting these people in office and they telling you they finna do this shit, make them stand on it. Make them stand on it. They don't make them stand on it because Buckeye Rogers is Jesus. They like to listen to man, and and God keep telling you he gonna leave and forsake you, huh?
Right.
He leads you to them goddamn polls and forsake you once you scratch on his name, and he win. He don't know you no more. He don't come to the community no more, but you put him in office. So if you put him in office, the same way y'all be putting him in office, get him out of office. Don't nobody want to do the footwork though, because they done seen all these other families that's thinking that they glistening in gold. Ain't no famous people in this fight. Ain't no stars in this fight. None of that. None of that. They say I'm trying to be famous. I laugh because I was trying to be famous in 1995 when they dropped my album in 14 states and overseas, because I am Lisa Lee Lady Terrorist. Huh? That's when I was trying to be famous. But when they killed my son, it's no fame in that. It's no fame in that. I'm trying to stop the machine, but a lot of y'all keep gassing the machine up. I'm trying to figure out where y'all getting the fuel from so I can burn that bitch down. Huh? Y'all better wake up, because in a minute we ain't gonna be here no more while y'all keep letting all this goofy shit go on in this fight, bro. And there ain't nothing wrong with you saying something. When you see something wrong, say something. Because sometimes if you don't say nothing to a person, they think they doing everything correct, because ain't nobody calling them out on the shit that they doing. You know what it's called? Constructive criticism. But see, y'all can't say nothing to some of these people, because a lot of people can't accept constructive criticism. I can, because it's gonna make me a better woman than I'm already am. Like my grandmama said, when people give you constructive criticism, you take the good shit and you flush the bad shit. You ain't never too old to attain knowledge. You ain't never too old to be checked about something that you're doing that's not right. And if you a real individual, you should be able to sit down and talk to somebody. And if it's something that you're doing wrong, like the Bible say, if more than one person tell you the same thing that you're doing wrong, check yourself.
Right.
Check yourself, because look, you out here getting money off these dead kids. Okay, you think this a job? It's not. And then you on TV, you lying to the consumers that's giving you this money and telling them that these for these families, and these families never reciprocate a penny. Not one penny. Melina Abdullah didn't even come to my son's funeral, y'all. My son was already buried and dead in the wall 18 days before I did this interview with Jill Stein and Black Lives Matter. I didn't need their help. The funeral home don't say that, oh, you could give us a little money and make payments. No, they want all their money when you burying your loved one. I didn't need their help. I didn't ask them people for no money. I didn't ask them people to ask for no money and it could go in all their social sites, and none of the sites had my name on it, because I wasn't their friend on none of their sites. I was never part of Black Lives Matter. Ever since my son got killed, I said, I am Richard Risher. I'm part of the Richard Risher Foundation. I never claimed that entity because I never knew the people. I met them by accident when I did my second march. And when her peoples down there told her it's a mother down there fighting, she told them they couldn't come down there because they was doing their own action. And the people came anyway and asked me to come sleep out on the streets with these goofies. And they kicked me out there encampment because she worked for City Hall for 21 years in Los Angeles, California. And I was asking the people that was coming out of City Hall how they can go to work every day. And Los Angeles Police Department is killing all these men, women, and children. She said I made them look like terrorists. And a punk ass Black Lives Matter shirt they gave me, if I was gonna keep fighting the way I was fighting, I had to take my shirt off and move down the street. And any Black Lives Matter members that wanted to fight that I was fighting had to take their shirt off and move down the street too. I didn't know nothing about no money until 2 days before the 2-year death of my son. She was downtown Los Angeles speaking my son's name. That's when one of my comrades called me and said, hey, did you get that money that Black Lives Matter rose for your son's death? Because I don't come to funerals. He said, I donated cash. I didn't go to their sites. I just walked up to him and gave him some money. It wasn't much. I said, what money? He said, oh, it's a video. So I go look on, he give me the statue. I go on YouTube and look at it. I said, wow. Wow. And Jill Stein, you use that as your campaign ad? And I got at you and you ain't say nothing, but yeah, you really upset because they killing us. No, you're not. You not. But why you use my son though? And I got the video to prove it. I got the pictures to prove it. The dates is on the pictures. They don't lie. None of that is a lie. All that's the honest God truth. I ain't got to lie on these people. What I'm gonna get out of lying on these people? I've been telling the same truth for 7 years. That's what's wrong with these people. I've been telling my truth, what happened to Lisa Simpson, and I thought I was doing the right thing by telling these other families so they didn't get used and abused like I did. But by me telling them, I became the bad guy. I won't tell y'all nothing else. I'm going to let them rape you for everything you got. Because if you keep wanting to be a sucker, I'm going to tell them to lick you to the stick. Straight out. Because you don't want to listen. You think I want some money. No, I go to work every day. I get money. Huh?
Right. Talk about it. Talk about it.
I'm a mother that still got to work every day at 54 years old because I got a 14-year-old. And that nigga 6'3", wear a size 14 shoe. Oh, yeah. If I don't work, he's like, what's happening? I need to eat around here. What's going on? Huh? See, a lot of them don't know about that because they got somebody feeding them. I got to feed myself. I got to get it how I live. Huh? A lot of y'all don't know nothing about that. I don't get no county. I got to pay $300 for insulin because I'm diabetic. You feel me? But y'all done made $1.2 million off my dead son. Y'all should pay that insulin bill for me though. You feel me? At least buy me a year worth of insulin. Because they ain't selling just a single. You got to buy the whole box. That's $300 a pop. Who got me? Who got me? Nobody, because they want me to die. Oh, yeah, we need her to die so she can stop talking. God said, I'm going to be here. Huh? He said, tell your truth, my anointed one. And I did. So if you don't like me, I'm glad you don't like me. I don't care. I don't care if you don't like me because your likes ain't going to give me justice because I did it my own way. I did it myself. Yeah. I made it. God helped me. God said, I got you. He couldn't even give it to me, y'all, real fast because he knew I wouldn't accept it. I wouldn't have respected it. You feel me? He said, I'm going to give it to you, but you're going to work for it. And I don't mind putting in the work. I'm a licensed paralegal. That's what a lot of these families don't even know. I graduated as a paralegal in 2015, a year before my son got killed. I need 16 units to transfer to the #1 law school of California, Laverne. I decided not to become a liar. I'm good. But I've decided to make history, take history, and tape history. Because I promise you, I'm going to make the changes that everybody else scared to make. That's what I'm going to do. I know I ain't going to be here probably to be able to reciprocate it all, but I'm going to put forth the effort to make it happen. Straight the fuck out. For my son, for Richard J. Risher, oh yeah, I'm going to make it happen. For everybody, okay? Because guess what? Y'all ain't fighting. So when they handed me the torch in 2016, you handed me the torch and I lit it. So guess what? You can't put it out. Let me do me. I'll let you do you. Quit talking about me. You want to talk to me? Call me. I'll never talk about y'all kids. I'll never do that, but stop talking about my son though, because I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I'm really a fighter though. Facebook don't make me hard. I'm a street girl. For real. I'm all street. I hold my court in the streets. I don't do the po-pos. I don't make no phone calls. I'm a one-woman army. I've been threatening this fight by family that's in this fight, telling me that they need to beat me up so I can see what the fight feel like. All I can tell you is to try it. Press your luck. I give out whammies all day. They call me Halloween because I give out pumpkin heads all year long. That. So, you know, you hating me because the words that's coming out my mouth. Hate the police officer that killed your kid. How about that? Go to the police station and the same aggression you got against Lisa Simpson, go to the police station and had aggression against that whole station that assassinated your child. Make some noise in this fight instead of always trying to make noise off my name. Stop doing that, because I don't do that to y'all. I don't tell people not to mess with y'all. I don't do none of that. I just let people find out for themselves. Period. I ain't like that. I ain't trying to separate us. I ain't trying to divide us. I would love to see us all come together on one accordance and tear America down. You down with it? Holla at me. If you ain't, keep on messing with the clowns, because in a minute, all y'all gonna be in the circus together. And I put that on Risher heartbeat. I put that on my son's soul. Y'all ain't gonna be able to keep tearing up this fight like y'all been doing. So y'all better start thinking, because I'm really serious. I'm really serious. Y'all better start thinking of something else to do, because this police brutality terrorism fight is not it. It don't fit your outfit. Sorry.
Well, I'm with you, Mama. Whatever you want to do, I'm riding. Well, I'm riding with you till the wheels fall off. I can't. That's what anybody. That's what any family that wants to stand up to truth, transparency, and accountability. If that's what moves you, then hell yeah, I rock with you. But if
let's get these W's, bro. Right. Let's get these W's. These entities that's really in this, that's not in this fight for the right reason, and go on and find y'all something to do. Right. The ones that want to stand in front of us to protect us instead of trying to stand in front of us to talk for us, we gonna welcome y'all. Know your place in this fight. Period. All you ones that want to be narratives and talk for us, we don't need y'all. We never needed y'all to talk. Well, I don't need y'all to talk for me, because I ain't no puppet on no string. And I don't need no ventriloquist. If you got some thoughts about these polices, I don't need you to use my son death to get these thoughts to these people. I'm gonna need you to use what you think, because you don't think. Because you really want to say, hey, don't worry about them. Just meet me around the corner with the bag, and I'm gonna make sure they never say nothing to you. Patrice Culler's cousin got killed in Los Angeles by the police, bro. They're not even fighting for him.
Keenan Anderson.
They set that baby up. That was so they can get back in the fight, because everybody know they crooks, bro. And I'm going to keep it a buck. They went downtown Los Angeles with the same thing they did when my son got killed. And RevCom, Lucia went up to him and said, why y'all doing this watered down shit? Y'all know it ain't going to happen. Patrice Cullors said, heard something to the lady, asked her why she doing that, and walked away. Melina Abdullah and her so-called security, Mr. William Campbell, billions that like to fight women. They got all up in that lady's face, calling her all kind of bitches. What's she doing? Oh yeah, they showed. When I say they showed out, and guess what? It dimmed their whole life, because it was a white woman they was cussing out on the news. Ha ha ha! Melina Abdullah is a cold. You know she washes other activists in chicken blood.
Huh?
Yeah, Melina Abdullah washed Jasmine Abdullah in chicken blood. And when we went out there, I got the video, it's on my page. When we went out there, the girl was asking her, why you wash me in chicken blood? That ain't the blood of Jesus. And she couldn't even answer. Yeah, she say, if y'all pay attention to her lives, every time she do a live, she wait till like 11:59 and be like, it's witch hours. What is witch hours?
Why you doing voodoo lives?
Man, y'all better go on Instagram and check out the Professor Dr. Melina, the Witch Hour. Every live she do is on witch hours. It'd be like 11:59 when she do it. It's witch hours. Well, we don't need no witches in this fight. We don't need no witches in this fight. Period. I really need you to get out this fight, Melina, because you have already tried to destroy me. But God said not on his watch. You feel me? Everything that she's touching is turning into soil now, because you're not right.
Right.
You're not right. You doing all these families any kind of way. Like when we went to Akron, Ohio, she probably wasn't meaning to hurt the other families that was there. But when she found out I was coming, just as long as she can hurt me, she gonna hurt everybody. She one of them type of people. If they tell her, look, we finna give you this 3.5 billion, but you got to kill your mama, your daddy, and one of your kids, she gonna line their ass up. She gonna be like, look, it only gonna hurt for a little while, but you going to a whole nother place. Don't trip.
Right.
But I'm gonna shout your name out every day, and I'm gonna do praise dancing for you. I'm gonna do libations with arrowhead water. Come on now, y'all ain't summoning up no ancestors. Y'all summoning up demons. You ain't even got the mindset or the pure heart to be talking about some libations with some arrowhead water. You can't even go to the church and get some holy water. Because if you touch it, you might melt in front of all them people, Satan. Melina Abdullah, the Satan, the girl Satan, that's she-devil right there. That's a she-devil for real. People think she black. She's not. She's not. She's not. She's not. She's not. Ha! That's a she-devil right there. She on the prowl. She gonna take you down. If she can't control the narrative, she gonna try to destroy you. That. We still on, bro?
Yeah, we're still live.
Oh, yeah.
No,
If she can't control the narrative, Melina Abdullah gonna destroy you by any means necessary. Look what happened to that boy in St. Louis, Darren Seals. He slapped D-Ray from Black Lives Matter on national TV because he said they came there and robbed Ferguson and left they state broke, and then he ended up dead. Come on now. Black Lives Matter is gangsters. They had some men push up on me, put their hands on me in Los Angeles because I went and stood with Valerie Rivera. That's Eric Rivera mama. Her son got killed in Los Angeles. We came back from Minneapolis, Minnesota to the march that we had right after George Floyd got killed. I went and stood with her downtown Los Angeles. They was having men surrounding me, taking pictures of me. They gave every family out there that lost their loved ones, they gave all of them flowers. They never gave me no flowers. So they pointing me out to people. They taking pictures of me, all type of stuff. So when they got ready to leave, I pushed up on Melina because I ain't gonna let you get away. I said, you got something you want to say to me? She told the men, they African Town Coalition, to rush me. And they tried to rush me, but I'm a thug though. I rushed back. So then they could tell him to proceed. So then the girl that was out there with him, she tried to touch me and I pushed her all the way down to the ground. Girl, you don't even know me like that. Then I went to when they was on 8th and Wilshire, because you keep telling people I'm lying about this video and I'm just lying. I'm crazy. No, I ain't lying. I'm telling the truth. So I went down there to talk to her. So I want to know in my face. Tell me in my face I'm lying. So I said drop the F-bomb. And all of them rushed me, and they had one of the girls tried to rush me. I had bruises all on my arm, but I scalped her like the Indian that I was. They gonna talk about let her go. Let her go? I don't let nothing go. She better not run up on nobody else no more. And my kids was out there, and they thought my kids was gonna let them touch me. My daughter said, don't touch my mama. I don't care what y'all talking about, better nobody touch her. Where Melina was at, hiding. That's when Akili, her right hand mouthpiece, was out there calling me fools. Oh yeah, listen to the fool. I told him your mama's a fool. Call it, say, oh, tell him who I am. I'm Akili Baba. You a father to strangers, but you got a whole son that you can't be a father to. Get out of here. Y'all just trying to get paid off our pain. Won't y'all get paid off a job that you working? Go do some hard labor and get a check, and I'll respect you. Because you ain't doing nothing to get paid off our fight. Y'all just going around talking about y'all representing us. No, y'all not. Y'all don't represent me. I don't know who else in this fight believe that y'all represent them. They don't represent me. And I know a lot of families that Black Lives Matter don't represent. Period. And all these families, like I said, that's hooked up with them. Y'all a part of them now. Y'all gonna be a part of them when they go to get up out of here too. Yeah, y'all gonna go out together. And then y'all can go have y'all a gala and get on the boat and go fishing, selling, and do what people do that ain't in nothing. It's time for y'all to retire. Some real shit. Just retire. Just retire. Because you causing more harm than good in this fight. And that's the part I can't accept. That's the part I can't accept. You causing more harm than good in this fight. And you've been doing it for the 10 years of your existence. So won't y'all retire Black Lives Matter on July 15th? Just retire and say this the last time we gonna be in the streets, because we ain't been in the streets anyway. I wish I had enough money. I sent a whole bunch of pedicure bowls out there to y'all on July 15th so y'all can get y'all feet done.
Why July 15th?
Oh, that's their 10th year anniversary.
Oh, okay.
They 10 years of being in existence. Yeah.
It's been that long since Trayvon?
I guess so. Yep. And I would send pedicure bowls out there so they can get their toes done. Because they ain't got no calluses. They ain't got no sores on their feet. None of that. Because they boots ain't never been on the ground in this fight. Look at it. When they went to Washington, D.C., people didn't pay attention. They stepped on the untold story toes. The 14 families that was out there. They stepped on their toes, right? They didn't go stand with them. But when the 14 families was out there, they had all kind of police surrounding the 14 families. But when they did that national march, I only seen one police out there with them, and the police was talking to them. So can't nobody tell me they ain't cool with the cops, because yes, they is.
See, and that's the thing that bugs me, because I've literally seen it where, like, I'm gonna bring up Nakima again. You know, we had an incident that was we were having an event for Justin Teagan, who was killed by the St. Paul police. And there was a situation that was happening in downtown Minneapolis where they said that a black man was killed by the police, where he ended up actually killing his own self. He shot himself. And people were down there, witnesses were all police shot him. He didn't shoot himself, you know. But it really tripped me out of how the community leaders had the mayor's number, had the police chief's number, and could make all of these calls, but yet y'all can't make them do the right thing when it comes to releasing video, come to releasing, to disciplining their officers, or just to do the right thing, period. They will just rather lie, let it be a little lie, and it turns into something bigger where we literally, like I'll say it again, May 25th, 2020, you had the Minneapolis Police Department say that George Floyd died from a medical incident. This was something that is actually out on paper. They put this out in a press release. Yet we're supposed to, anytime that anything comes out, we're supposed to believe them. No, you've already been caught up in a lie, not once, not twice, not even 3 times, and yet we're supposed to believe you when you haven't even acknowledged the past lies, and you haven't even been accountable for them. So
that's crazy. No, they got them numbers because them they partners. You know,
right.
Them they partners. We can't get their numbers. I bet you if you ask them for their number, they ain't gonna give it to you. Hey, let me get the mayor number. I want to have a sit down with him. I want to go to the table. They ain't gonna give it to you.
What's crazy is I will say that's what the old chief. I do believe that man would not have gave me his personal phone number. But the new police chief that we have now in Minneapolis, I have his personal cell phone number. And when there was a situation that happened, and I told him what I was hearing, he got down there immediately. So I do not saying that he's a good guy. I know the difference between Brian O'Hara and Chief Brian O'Hara. You know what I'm saying? So I know that when he puts on that uniform, regardless of what he might say, I know his actions might say something different when he takes off that uniform. So not saying that we should look at people differently from their job, their occupation to real people. I'm just saying that I see him as a real person. I don't see him as, I know he's the police chief. I don't treat him like that because I want him to treat me as we're equals. I don't address him as the police chief because I want him to see me as an equal that is out here trying to do the same thing that he gets paid to do, and that is to protect and serve our community.
But that's not the truth, bro. Y'all keep saying that y'all keep saying that the police job is to protect the service. No, their job is to protect this corporation and arrest the code breakers like you and I, sir. That's their job. They never was put out before they was police officers. They was what they called them back in the days?
Slave catchers.
They were slave catchers. So they ain't never been the job description that they got. It was never to protect and serve us. It was protect the corporation and arrest the code breakers, bro. I didn't put out on Facebook about the 9 principle of policing. Richard, he from London, the Metropolitan Police in 1829 when the police force first started. It's 9 principles, 9 policies of the principles of policing. People be talking about community oversight. If y'all read the 9 principles of policing, the community is already the oversight automatically. We the reason if the police get to stay on the job or not. But see, they done twisted everything so much in so many years because guess what? Nobody don't pay attention. Don't nobody fight back. Once they give these families that hush-hush money, a lot of these families hush up. You see what I'm saying? They give them that hush hush money and they hush hush. They don't say nothing no more. You don't see them on Facebook no more talking about the system or they dead loved one, only when it's time for an event. Well, I can't never shut up because I got 4 more children, so my mouth gonna stay wide open. But I'm not gonna let these families in this fight treat me like I'm a pin cushion, that everybody can say whatever they want to say about me, but when I say something, I'm the bad guy. No, I'm not the bad guy. Right. I'm not the bad guy at all. But you can't keep knocking me for me telling my truth, though. Period. And if these people wronged me and I said something about it, get over it. Because I'm telling you the truth. I don't care what they tell you. They're going to tell you every lie in the book that they can think of to make themselves seem like they right. But Black Lives Matter robbed me for the death of my son. This lady called me on the phone after December the 7th, told me to give her 30 minutes, that she finna have a meeting, which 30 minutes is a briefing. I can get all the money that they raised in LA can. This lady called me back 30 minutes on the phone, y'all, and said, you need to listen to the video again. We never asked for no money for your son. I said, wow, I was in the video. Come on now. I said, you know what? Don't trip. I'm trying to get a resolution. I'm cool because I don't argue with stop signs, bro. I'm not finna keep calling you to hear you keep lying in my face and then you trying to pass the buck on everybody else. But you was the one on the video talking about Brother Richie need to be buried. 1, 5, or 10,000 to do, and it could be in this site, this site, this site, and this site. Did any of them sites say Lisa Simpson? I didn't get a penny. I didn't get 1 penny, and it wasn't for my son's funeral because he was already dead and buried in the wall 18 days before I did the interview. So did I need him? I ain't even need him. But this is how y'all get down. Y'all be out here, y'all be jumping the gun, and y'all want to quit to fight for somebody else's kid because what, my son was profitable? That's why y'all was quick to want to jump on it. He was profitable, so it was like, oh yeah, let's get paid. And not just Black Lives Matter and all this shit that be exploiting us families. It be other families that be exploiting families too. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Wanda Johnson, Oscar Grant mama, she don't even like me. But you put me in a documentary and never asked me. And then the documentary ain't about the police killing us. It's about another mother's son that's in jail that they trying to get out. How does that match with police terrorism? That don't match. And then you had a producer try to blow smoke up my tail telling me, oh, when you came to her event in 2017, 6 months after your son got assassinated, oh, we had the filming on the door. We had the signs. No, you didn't. Oh, it was 30 of y'all there. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. You just lying. They done went all the way to New York to the movie film festival to get this documentary to be a movie. But you got my name in it and my son's name. And then the producer gonna tell me, well, do you want us to just bleak you out so nobody won't know it's you? Bitch, did you bleak me out when you took it to the New York Movie Film Festival? You didn't bleak me out then, right? Why you bleaking me out now? Y'all trifling. Y'all be doing shit that ain't cool and y'all be thinking it's cool. But then when I say something, oh, y'all mad. But ain't nobody else in this fight gonna keep on exploiting my son or I'm gonna knock on your door. I'm gonna knock on your door because I'm not gonna keep accepting it. Because at the end of the day, Richard Che Risher Jr. belonged to Lisa Simpson and Richard Che Risher Sr. Period. Stop making money off my kid because I wouldn't do that to you. Why are you doing it to me? Because Black Lives Matter did it and y'all thought it was okay to do it because they paid everybody else that don't have a video but didn't pay me because it's bigger than the money. And if they paid me, that was showing a mission of guilt because they done told everybody worldly that I was crazy, that I was lying, I was this. How you think Black Lives Matter got in the cockpit like they got in there? Not because nobody else. Lisa Simpson. I've been overseas talking about Black Lives Matter. I was on the Rick Lamont Hill show talking about Black Lives Matter. I did a press conference in front of one of their houses in Los Angeles because I ain't scared of them. I the one been talking about them. Everybody think Patrice Cullors got a movie deal with Warner Brothers. She had a movie deal with Warner Brothers until she struck a match in the blackout in Lisa Simpson world. Oh, I called Warner Brothers fast and sent them the video and told them, I can't wait till y'all start filming. They immediately dropped her ass. She ain't got no movie deal with Warner Brothers no more. Oh, no. We ain't doing that. Movie deal? What the movie gonna be called? How I can rob everything up in the world?
Miss Lisa, if anybody was to use your name, this is my question to you, or even your son's name, is it any type of way to where you can sue them for
Okay, listen to me, baby. I'm trying to sue them for slander and defamation of character because they wrote up a cease and desist letter on me. But see, when you got money, like the guy Tim said, there's too much money in this world for it to be changes. See, when you got money like that, you can pay these attorneys to not mess with me, not take my case, because I got an actual case against y'all. Y'all slandered, y'all defamed my character. I got a video of y'all asking for money for a son that didn't need nothing from you. And then y'all went around telling people I'm crazy, I'm this and I'm that. And you know what? It ain't even about the money. It's about the principle. We could have been fixed this a long time ago, but you didn't want to fix it because you knew you was making money and I didn't know nothing about it. I don't want to fix it now. I don't want to fix it. I don't want to talk to you. I'm cool. I'm good. Because when I was trying to talk to you, when I was being the bigger person and came down there on December the 7th, 2022 and tried to talk to you and you did what you did afterwards, I don't want to talk to you, lady. Something wrong with you. Go on, Satan. Go on and talk to somebody else. I don't want to talk to you. I don't care about you being a fake professor. I don't care about none of that. I know you a crook. And I'm not the only family in Los Angeles that they took advantage of in 2016. It was 5 of us, but they were scared to talk. One family called me. Remember I was telling you about the twins? The sister of the boy and the girl that got killed in the car in Inglewood, the girl was a twin. The twin called me on the phone a couple years ago on Facebook and said her and her family had to step out the fight because they didn't know the game. I said, what you mean the game? This a game? She said Melina Abdullah and Black Lives Matter was making money off her sister and they didn't even know it. This is how they move though. This is how they move. If it ain't a dollar bill attached to it, 9 times out of 10, they ain't gonna mess with you. They got to get paid. Some of these families be even wanting to get paid to speak. People be telling me, Lisa, you don't never ask for no money. I said, because you know what? You can't put a price on the truth. You can't put a price on the truth, but you can put a price on the lies. You can put a price on the lies because you need people to believe what you're saying. Can't put a price on the truth. They be mad at me because I tell the truth. I ain't got nothing to hide. Ain't no reason for me to get up here and try to bash nobody. No, I ain't bashing you. But when y'all bash me, it's okay. But when I defend myself, I'm the bad guy. Nah. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. I ain't out here reciprocating a penny. Just like I told y'all, I got a GoFundMe fund up right now. Been up for 3 weeks. And only one solid activist that I can say, Brock.
Speaking of, we actually just shared.
He put $20 in there.
Send us a link so we can share yours. We just shared Kim's. And we about to wrap up, but I want everybody to. Well, my cash,
I can tell you my cash app right now. $ accountability 98. Okay.
Bet.
Because that's what I need, accountability, baby. I appreciate y'all having me on the show.
Of course, and also make sure you send us the link to the GoFundMe too.
Oh yeah, for sure. I got y'all. Charles, no, I'll be sending him everything. I done sent him the video, everything.
No.
Yes,
I ain't got no reason to lie and I ain't got nothing to hide. And this is what they mad at, y'all. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. This is what they really mad at. Because I keep receipts.
Right.
Receipts. Sure do. Oh yeah. I'm gonna put a stamp on it.
First class mail. Can probably agree with that too, right?
Right.
Yep.
No, and that's so I really thank you so much. And I want others to know that this is won't be the last setting the record
we're gonna have you back.
Episode. Honestly,
I'm coming.
I would love to continue
I'm coming with boots on. For sure. No doubt.
Thank you, because I definitely would love to add other families. I know there was a lot of people.
Speaking of, I want to shout out Chantel Brooks.
Oh yeah, Rebecca, that's my girl. That's Michael Wesley mama.
Okay.
Rebecca and Sarah Miles, the 3 of y'all. We gotta have y'all back
that's
on.
Derek Miles' mama. Yep.
Clark. Yep.
Yo, please.
So we gonna win, y'all. We gonna win. I'm telling y'all, we gonna win. We just gotta get this messiness up out our way because it's clogging our streets and everything. Because I want to see what justice and accountability look like, for real. Well, I love that y'all had me on y'all show, man. Every day I was saying, man, I can't wait till Thursday. Yesterday I was in the house. I was like, boy, that's why I love tomorrows.
I was hyped up too. I couldn't sleep last night.
For real.
Okay,
For
I
real.
couldn't wait to get off of work today at 3 o'clock, and the girl was gonna be late. I was mad as hell. I told my job, look, I gotta do an interview about my dead son. Y'all don't care about my dead son, but I do.
Hey,
I'll say F this job when it comes to Richard J. Risher. Yeah. All right, y'all. I love y'all.
Love you too.
Love you.
Love
Love
you.
you.
Man, anytime y'all want me on y'all show, I'm right here. I'm in the cockpit. I'm rolling with y'all. For sure, for sure.
Appreciate it.
I'm gonna holler at y'all on some other stuff I'm working on too. So when I tell y'all this stuff I'm working on, I want to involve y'all, bro. It's really serious too.
Okay. I'm down.
For sure. We ride.
I'm down.
We ride.
Be great.
I'm
All
gonna
right,
keep
y'all too.
it, Lisa.
Much love.
Yes, ma'am.
Much love.
All right.
Who's that?
Let's
Kim?
go.
That's
Yep.
Ghost?
Yep.
All right, Silk. I'll keep y'all head up.
Yes.
I love you, Kim. Remember what I told you, baby. You make it happen. Don't worry about nobody
Yes,
else.
that's
If you
right.
need me, call me. I'll come to Akron for you. Straight out. You hear me? I'll come to Akron for you. I'll come and help you put it down. That's what we need. See, that's the problem. We don't have each other backs. We don't bound with each other. We don't hug each other, because sometimes that's all you need is a hug from another family member that's been impacted just like yourself.
Yeah.
Don't ever think you alone, baby, because I'm going to keep riding with you till the wheels fall off, and then we're going to scrape on this bitch. That part.
That part.
For sure.
I ride with
Love
you.
y'all. All
Love
right.
you.
Call me, Kim,
Love
or
you,
text
Mama
me, baby,
Lisa.
okay? I love y'all. Peace
Love
and
you
blessings,
too.
y'all.
Yes, peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings.
All right.
Blessings.
All right, you guys. Have a good one.